Mind.
Pain from your Achilles, heel or plantar fascia can hold you back. Theodore Podiatry not only has your back, they've got your feet, offering non-invasive treatment options like Shockwave with no downtime needed. Step into relief with carefully selected footwear for work, sport and casual outings. The extensive collection includes foot-friendly, comfortable and stylish shoes, including the largest range of Birkenstocks in Colac. Step into relief today. Theodore Podiatry, they've got your feet.
Timboon Motors are now Mahindra dealers. Mahindra have a great range of sport utility vehicles engineered for adventure with a 7-year warranty and roadside assist on most models. Mahindra, rugged, reliable and excellent value. Test drive today at Timboon Motors. LMCT 2032.
Bobcat.
That's a name worth roaring about. And the biggest roar is coming from FSR Equip, the authorised Bobcat dealer for Southwest Victoria and specialist for Bobcat telehandlers. From construction to agriculture, Bobcat telehandlers offer unmatched versatility and strength with superior reach and lifting capacity. Bobcat telehandlers are built tough to handle any challenge. Follow the sound of the roar and get to FSR Equip, Hugh Murray Drive, Colac East. Bobcat, one tough animal.
At Sports Power Colac, we're strong supporters of local footy and netball. We've got everything you need for the season. The most popular shoes, boots, socks, shorts, compression gear, balls and more. This football and netball season, see us at Sports Power Colac, your local experts.
Powered by KFC Colac, FSR Equip and Sports Power Colac. This is CDFNL Live.
Big game this afternoon here at the South Colac Velodrome. It is South Colac versus the Colac Imperials opening their 2025 campaigns. The Roos are welcome a number of new players, and one in particular, in Adam Dominue, we're really looking forward to seeing. While the Colac Imperials, they welcome back one of their star junior players, who was actually not bad senior player too, in Bailey Scott. And his first day as coach in this side, trying to redeem what was a grand final a couple of years ago, and then they missed the finals last season. Can they climb up the ladder in 2025? Overcast conditions though, but I tell you what, it's going to be a great day for country football. We've got the full team back here on CDFNL Live. Max Blake, Peter Mulheron, AJ, the Love God, Brady, and we welcome Drewy Boy Simmons.
Hey, Drewy. Tell you what, AJ, you're going to get quite sick that before the year's out, and it's only the second round. Now, good to be here, boys. Cannot wait for this one. Always very exciting to see two town rivals go head there for the Cataroo Cup. People said they want to rename the cup. I said, don't do it because keep the tradition, Pete. That's how it should be. But looking forward to seeing all these new recruits, particularly Bailey Scott running around here back at the club that he.
And his brother's almost a recruit too, because we didn't see much of him last year either, so it will be exciting.
But fair stark contrast to next Saturday. It's going to be 31 degrees, Pete.
No, I did see that. I was hoping for rain, but it's not looking like it at the moment.
Also, I'm not sure if you touched on it, boys, because I didn't listen to the pre-game because I'm too busy listening to the races at Randwick. The game next week, our broadcast game, Eagles-Illawarra, will be due to the ground. It will be not being ready to play, so that'll be at Warrari next week.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Drewy off-air was just saying to the council, please do not do roadworks on Saturdays leading into Colac, guys.
Seriously, why would you do it at 1 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon?
Held up the mega media star on his way.
That's why he was late.
Oh,
so we're going to throw in the invoice to those guys. Drewy alluded to, we did mention it on our socials. I just wanted to see what sort of vibe I'd get, and just to see different names for the Cataroo Cup. Jock Brady, our mate, says it's the worst named cup in football, but there was a few that put up a few different names for it. We got the Sam Cass Cup.
Okay.
Matthew Cutting reckons they should call it the Gutter Style Cup. I don't know if you know Matthew Cutting, but his Gutter Style is his nickname.
Oh, okay.
Greg Cunningham reckons the Foley Tillack Cup.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to read that one up. The Colac Derby was pointed out there by Cody. He's told us there. The Hodge Baker Cup. The Jake Theodore Cup. Bailey Scott's mentioned that as well, too. So a few good. I like the Colac Derby. That's good.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
Would it be a derby or a derby?
Oh, I think it's a derby over here, is it? I'm not sure.
What is it, AJ?
What is the American term?
Derby. What do they call
derby?
WA for the Eagles?
Yeah,
it's
derby.
The derby.
Yeah, we call it the derby, the showdown.
You got the showdown, you got the Adelaide showdown, you got the Battle of the Bridge. Is there
we could have the Colac showdown.
Well, you could, yeah. The King of Colac Cup, something like that. And Drew Sketch can come out and present the cup or something like that. But either way, it's going to be an absolute ripper of a game.
Battle of Murray Street Cup.
Battle of Murray Street.
We're not on.
My club's not even on Murray Street.
Yeah, well, that's true. He's got you there.
But it's Murray Street, it's Colac.
Well, is there something in between the two grounds that they could sort of play for?
Probably the cemetery.
The Cemetery Cup. It's got a bit of a dead sort of vibe to it, Pete.
Oh, my God, Pete.
Oh, we've got some zingers today, haven't we, Pete?
Straighten up, you
there's not too many landmarks between South Colac and Colac Imps footy ovals.
Where does Pete Hickey live? Is he in
Oh,
between?
yeah, well, no, he's probably he's the other side of the Western Oval, unfortunately. He's not in between.
Oh, well, that didn't really work out then, did it?
No.
Reserves just finished here today, so the seniors will be getting underway very, very shortly. Just around the table, boys, just the tips around the grounds today. I'm just going to keep saying this. I'm 1. Tips right, you guys are 0.
How many games to go, AJ?
Just saying who's leading. It's all about who's current scoreboard, not future scoreboard.
You'll keep score until you're not in front. Yeah.
Exactly how I roll, Pete. Polar Bay versus Simpson. Any chance that the Hawkers get the job done today? They gave South Colac a scare round 1 last year.
And they should have won it too.
Yeah, they did. Look, the two coastal clubs are always hard to judge because we don't know the ins and outs. So I don't know the quality of the players they've brought in. There's a big list of outs, obviously. But, look, Simpson played finals last year. They've lost a few players, but Reece Van Beek is a really good in. Yeah. So I'm going to stick with Simpson in that game.
He'll have a big year. He's almost my tip to be the ruck in the team of the year. Yeah. Carl McSparrow returns.
Yeah, I did see that in the paper yesterday.
Simons is also
Richard Kangas.
Yeah. So Richard Kangas, I think he was a TAC Cup player as well. So
where are we going? Bay or Simpson?
No, I'll go Simpson.
Simpson.
I'm going to Polar Bay in an upset.
Oh, Drewy. Birregurra and Lawn. Should I say Lake Bolac versus...
Yeah, the combine. So, no, look, I think Lawn will have too much class down there for Birregurra, although I think Birregurra will improve this year.
Lawn
by a couple of goals.
Well, I'm going Simpson and Lawn, just to FYI. This is going to be a beauty. Otway Districts versus the Western Eagles.
Yeah, look, I reckon that's a tough one to tip, actually, because I looked through the list yesterday and they've both got some really good ins. Just going back to last year, Western Eagles had 2 wins over Otway last year, so I'll stick with the Eagles. I did tip them to be an improver.
I think Pete's boys, the Otway boys.
Oh, okay. Western Eagles for me.
Yeah, I'm going for the Eagles as well. We've both tipped them in the top 5, so they've got to win games.
Yes, that's right. Yes, they do.
All right, and then this one, South Colac versus the Colac Imperials. This is going to be a great game. Hopefully it goes down the wire. Remember being here, Drewy, round 1, 2013.
Yeah, and it was about the same weather it's going to be next week.
South were about 40 points up, and Colac Imperials stormed home and won by a point. It was a ripper of a game, and it set up the Imperials because they came in a little bit unknown. New coach, some new players, similar to this year. South Colac, all the talk was up on them to be a pretty big force. So hopefully we just get that same quality game. But it should be a good game. What are the players you're looking forward to seeing today, Pete? Dusty
look, the 2 Scots, definitely. I mean, they've got that X factor about them, just sheer speed, and they're both really skillful players as well. So I think they're going to be a handful for every club this year to handle. And Adam Donoghue, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can add to the league. As Brad Circuit said, he's probably as fit as he's seen him. So a fit Adam Donoghue could be a very dangerous man. But
he did play AFL, so I feel like he was probably fitter then. But
he wasn't 35 then, though.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but. I've been sort of all gung-ho that I thought South were going to win this game, but when I looked through the list of the ins at Imps, I thought that was pretty impressive as well. So I will stick with South, but mainly because they're playing here at South Colac today. Maybe the home ground advantage might get them over, but I think it'll be a close game.
Imps did knock them off here last year.
Yeah, they did.
The corresponding game. So, yeah, they're going to be very worried, but they do play well against South, although they haven't won too many of them in the last...
Oh, there is definitely a rivalry between these two clubs, no doubt about that.
Yeah, do you think it's probably... Yeah, I think it's probably... They used to hate each other probably about 10, 15 years ago. Do you think it's probably more settled now, do you think?
Look, it's funny. A lot of them are mates because they work together and whatever else. So it's not a hate, but it's certainly a want to be the top dog, over your mates sort of thing. So, yeah, so it's a pretty keen rivalry, I would say.
Another recruit there for South Colac who hasn't played a lot of footy over the last few years is still McCarthy, because he's had a lot of injuries, hamstring injuries especially, so he'll be very, very eager to have a big, big year, because we all know how talented he is.
Yeah, that's right. It was a shame to see his season ruined. I did run into Dylan earlier in the day and had a quick word to him, and he tells me he's as fit as a fiddle and looking forward to playing every game this season. So let's hope that comes through for Dill.
AJ, who do you reckon is going to be marking the most of those STEVCOM stats this afternoon?
Yeah, reigning Marnie medalist Brad Serkin, always very busy on the STEVCOM stat sheet. And looking at the Imperials side of things, I think Pete mentioned the two Scott brothers are going to be very busy. Game breakers, Pete, they get the ball and they run and they kick goals. And that's what the key is, I think, for the Imperials today.
Could Big Garner set a tap-out record today against Brodie Smith?
I don't know if he'll set a record.
Brodie Stevens.
But he'll be very important to South Colac's charge, I think, today for sure.
I reckon the thing with Brodie is he competes very well in the ruck.
He jumps.
Yeah, and you talk about it off air about Reece Stanley and Max Gawn. Reece really competed well against Max Gawn, so that's what Brodie will do with Matt Garner today. But he can have a big influence, can't he, Matt? And that's something but on the grand final a couple of years ago when they won the premiership, he had a big say in it. He was the Norm Smith medalist.
That's right.
Medalist. But he really hasn't tore a game to shreds that I've seen, Matt Garner, besides that grand final.
The grand final was certainly his peak. But, look, he's probably going to be the premier ruckman in the CDFL this year.
Him or Reece Jansen Van Beek. I think Van Beek has a real good spring on him and got that ability to go forward as well, where Matt, he's going to be your tap ruckman and he's going to have some good drills. But, there's an opening. Yeah, there's a real big opening for the mantle. I do have a big question for you guys, actually, because we are celebrating our 10th birthday next week.
Yep.
And I've been doing a team of the CDFNL era. You got to pick a ruckman out of these two. And I ask AJ, because they're both in the side, but you got to pick one in the ruck, one on the bench. Levi Dare or Matt McCormack, Pete?
Jesus.
One's a dual Marty medalist.
Yep.
Double premiership player. Levi, Marty medalist, just dominated the last 5 years in the CDFNL. Both have different attributes. Mark McCormack was excellent on ground level and played as another midfielder. Levi was excellent at going behind the play and taking those intercept marks and just being a big unit.
Yeah, no.
Who was your start, mate?
It's a real challenge, that one. Well, the one thing that Chip McCormack's got over Levi is he put the fear of God into Peter Hickey there that day when they blew the siren.
That's true, yeah.
We nearly had WrestleMania there too.
We did.
On occasion there, Pete.
But Pete couldn't get up the hill quick enough.
Yeah. We nearly had to get a fishing rod just to try to throw him back
Does
in.
that get Chip McCormack into the side?
It might give him a little bit of advantage. Levi's ability to just keep winning the tap out, that was it'd be interesting to see the two play against each other, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been fascinating. Actually at their peak, but
I'm glad I'm not a selector, Max.
I reckon Chip has been definitely one of the best players I've seen, and his ability to get the ground ball for a big guy, his mobility was just enormous. But it was a hard decision. Stewing, and you're going to get, what's he doing on the bench and all that. And it's not like you can put one in the forward line because there's so many good forward players.
So who are you most likely to run into in the street, Max?
Well, I see Chip a lot. Down at the Torquay Beach.
Well, I'd be picking him then.
I don't go. But the thing is, I do go to Hamilton a bit. So.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
I might run into Levi. All right, we better focus back on this game. We'll go around the table and get our tips, margin, and first goal kicker. Just FYI on the tipping chart, Max Blake's 1.
All right,
the rest of 0. Peter, Sam Lawler, Mulhare, and who's your tip today?
I'm going to go South Colac by 10 points, and I'm going to go Adam Donahue to kick the first goal, and I can see the disappointment on AJ's face that I've got in early.
AJ, the love god, Brady.
South Colac by 5 points. I'll go Campbell Scott, a running goal.
I don't mind that.
Drewy, Sheasel, Simmons.
Tell you what, that ruck battle in the team of the year, that guy's got an absolute nightmare. Lucky I'm not doing it. South to me, I think by a couple of goals in a really, really tight game, and I'm going to go Bailey Mumberson for the first goal.
Good one. I'm going to go, South Colac by 6 points. Or Peter Hickey in the thongs.
I think I'm in trouble.
So that food's been out there for an hour, so you can have whatever you want, Peter.
Well, just a bit of an entree for next Saturday, Hick. 31 degrees, I reckon.
South Colac by 6 points. First goal kicker, I'm going to go... Has anyone said Bailey Scott?
No.
I'm going to go Bailey Scott. There you go.
there
My
you go.
favourite all-time Essendon player.
A few not bad ones there, I reckon.
But good crowd here today at the Velodrome, the South Colac Velodrome, and it should be a cracking game of football. Wind, what do you reckon, Pete? Where's the wind sort of swaying?
The wind's going towards the road end, definitely. Just watching the ball in the seconds when they were kicking to the social club end, that the ball was certainly holding up, but not a great deal of wind, maybe worth a goal.
Who kicks all the goals for Imps this year?
That's what worries me. I think they've got to come from the...
play up forward?
Yeah, I think he does.
Ethan Schroeder, I think, kicked 30-odd goals in the twos in the Ballarat League last year. He could be the one.
See, I forgot about that. He went up there and played it before. Because I remember him as a defender, the key defender. Young defender for the Imperials. So, that good one. Drew,
I think they're going to rely on their on-ballers to kick a few goals, the likes of Bailey Scotts and Tannis and George Stevens. We're going to have to see them hit the scoreboard.
Because when you see the outs of Noah Allen and Callum Spence, and you go, why?
Imps won the toss when they're kicking to the Limonite Road into the ground.
George Stevens is someone that I reckon you could put
play
up
full forward. I think you could too. Yeah, like he's big enough, and he'd be a hard matchup because he's even though he's a bigger, taller type player, he's quite quick off the mark, isn't he?
I still remember that night a couple of years ago at Alvey, that night game where he was running full tilt and just scooped the ball up without any sort of hesitation. We would have done a hamstring, Pete, if that was us.
Well,
but
I would have.
Bang, and he was able to kick the ball like he kicked it over the head of Callum Spence, but it was just magical play. So he has that ability.
Yeah,
we know his brother Jack was very good on ground.
Yeah, that's right.
So
ran the ground,
has to run
boys.
in the ground.
Thanks to Thinkwater. Middle of the second quarter up on the Gold Coast, and good game of footy between the two undefeated sides. Adelaide 4-4-28 lead the Suns 3-6-24. Their game of the round there, Peter. We would have thought that. At the
I know it's hard to fathom that. But look, Adelaide have been building for quite a while too. So
good last week.
Yeah, so that's been a good list build by Adelaide.
Yep, and
they've done a fairly solid job there.
Richmond and Brisbane at the MCG this afternoon, and North Melbourne.
I'm not looking forward to that one.
And North Melbourne and Sydney at Marvel tonight.
I was at that Fitzroy-Richmond game in 1996, the last game.
Yeah, I was there
and
too.
Richmond gave Fitzroy a hammering.
Yes, 150 points.
I feel like Brisbane might just...
Yeah, I reckon it might be revenge.
Bit of revenge.
Yes.
30 years in the making.
It might be too.
They gave you a bit of a walloping last year too, didn't they, at the Gabba?
We got a few wallopings last year. I blanked them from my mind,
Do you remember that one in 07?
No, I don't remember that. No, I don't remember that one.
222.
Do you remember 2017?
I don't, Pete, actually, but I remember that one.
What about the 2020 grand final?
We can talk about it. All right, so here we go.
Oh, they're waving to us.
The Kangaroo Cup is about to get underway here. In first game in Bailey Scott's. Coach and Tanya has been waited a long time since September for this. And here we go. Kangaroo Cup. The first one of 2025. Peter Dinnick's going to get us underway. It's Garner up against Stevens there. Garner started on the ground, straight down to Donahue, who gets the first kick. Bounds up towards centre half forward. Monahan tucked it well. Coming through on this occasion there. Monahan clean up Scott very solidly. I think he might have given himself a free kick as well, Bailey Scott. So his first touch back. His first disposal as a Colac Imperial player for 6 years. He's going to go straight up the middle. The Breeze is heading down that way. They got in front there. Hammond should be paid the mark, surely. Good mark. Class Harvest Centre mark of the day. Gives the ball hand to Donahue. Hand passed over the top of Garner there. Spokes come charging through. Monahan's there as well. As you can hear that wind through the sound effects microphone. Garner wrapped up high, but high according to the umpire. Free kick will go to the Cats.
Bit of feeling out there early, boys.
So free kick to be taken. And it's going to be a long kick up the line. Long kick towards half forward. Campbell Scott got in front, kept his feet, took a really good mark. That was Melville with the kick. Really good to see this bloke back there. Hopefully that's a trouble through a year, and he kicks it inside 50. All Kangaroos defence hard in numbers, and Donahue again. Racking up the stat sheet early in the first couple of minutes, takes the mark at half-back room. Toddy Bordenet's number today, who's not out there. He goes short and finds Matt Garner, who, of course, one of the premier ruckmen in the competition. He's got it inside. Defensive 50 here. No scorers yet. 90 seconds into this first quarter, all thanks to FSR equipped. Ball kicked into the corridor there. Menzies had to stretch for that. Takes the mark. Defensive side of the centre. Chipping ball to Donahue again.
Oh, Jesus.
He's put his own footy.
In the first 2 minutes, he's already had about 5 possessions. He's been told to go 4, thank you, so he goes out wide. So just a bit of keepings off at the moment. This is another one to recruit. Ashton Stevens. He's on the outer wing. Goes chipping ball, but it's going to be cut off nicely by Tannis. He's taken the mark in front there of the reigning Marnie medalist there in circuit there. So Tannis goes short and finds Wisby. Centre wing, out of side, goes inboard nicely to Warner, who had a fantastic year in 2024, a breakout season. He's got it on the wing here this occasion. Kicks up towards the half-forward zone. Scott there, that was Bailey, couldn't take it. Oh, good attack on the footy to both players. Bailey Scott is well wrapped up, should be a ball up, it is. 45 around from the Cats goal. No goals yet. No score yet, I should say. 2.5 gone first quarter.
Stepcom stats, Donahue, 3 kicks, 1 handball, 2 marks.
Yeah, he's on fire. Red alert, I reckon. Put a tag on him. Fire throws it up. Gardner wins the tap out. Here's Bailey Scott. He's tackled in the ground. And it'll be another ball up on centre on the half-forward flank.
Both teams chipping the ball around at the moment.
So Stephen wins the tap out. Garner grabs the football, but he's knocked onto the ground. And it'll be another throwing just inside the forward 50 for the Colac Imperials. Edging the way towards that line.
I'm no surprise when Hick arrived, he went straight into the cot box and grabbed a bit of food. What a surprise that is.
He loved it, didn't he, Drew? He was happy.
He's got to recharge his batteries. He's got Ryan's garden to do this afternoon. So
umpire throws it back into place. Stephen versus Garner in the ruck. He's circuit by hand. Finds Donahue, his mate. Donahue just sends it out a defensive 50. No one can take the mark. Chance now for Arnold, but he's tackled, and it'll be another ball up. Bit of a stop-starting game.
It is, yeah. Look, nobody wants to take that long kick and really attack at the moment.
There's a lot of pushing and shoving around the stoppages as well.
So. Yeah.
Umpire throws it back up. Garner wins the tap out. Found Donahue. Donahue by a hand goes up to circuit. Back over the top now. Going to send it inside their forward half of the ground. It's going to roll inside their forward 50. Mummerson kicks it off the ground. Can Cox run onto this one? Kicked off the ground there by Spokes.
Ooh, yeah.
And he's been pushed in the back by Coxie, who was just trying to push him out of the way. And a free kick will go to Jeremy Spokes.
Big win that for the Imps early.
Last line of defence for little Jezza.
Oh.
His kick wasn't a good one. Almost trapped there by Salmon. Now's a chance now for the Imperials. They send it at a defensive 50. Day almost took a really good mark on ground level. Here's a chance now for Hammond. Got it to Donahue. Donahue just launches it inside the forward for half of the South Colac. Punched it forward was O'Shaughnessy. Here's a chance here for Bailey Scott.
Here we go.
Picks up the football, puts it under his arm. He sends it inside the forward 50. And Michael all the way. No! Stevens takes a class harvest centre mark of the day in the right forward pocket. How good was that by Bailey Scott?
That's what he can do, isn't it? He can really break a game open. His pace and then the long kicking. George Stevens, he'd love the ball to be coming in like that for the rest of the season.
There's a bit of pushing and shoving off the ball, boys, which is a bit
of heated.
So George Stevens, as we said, might be the man that goes up forward and plays out of that square for the first shot for goal for the afternoon. Oh, he hit the post.
Come on, Georgie.
1 point on the scoreboard, and Imperials have got it through George Stephen. It was a good build-up. Imps 1 point, South Colac get the score. Greg Allen Farm Machinery scoreboard. We've gone 5 on the Richardson Real Estate time clock.
McCarthy brings the ball back into play. Good contest set again. It's been mopped up here by Tannis there for the Cats. Good centering kick. Oh, Cass and Schroeder nearly spoiled each other there. So turnover. A good handball by Hammond to Perkins. Perkins kicks long up towards the centre wing position there. Good kick too. Mark taken by Sweet. I'm looking forward to seeing this bloke from Newcastle and New South Wales. Beautiful kick inboard and finds Donahue. Probably should have got 50. Umpire wasn't none of it. And they're running forward again for the ball. Chipping ball into the corridor. Here's Jordan Foley, game number 150. He goes inside 50. Good kick.
Yeah, good kick.
And Garner takes the mark. In fact, it's Tom McKean. 40 metres out on a 45 degree.
Yeah, good delivery into the forward line. He put the ball out in front in space so Tommy McKean could run in and took an easy mark. And
100th senior game today, I think, Tommy McKean.
And also Zach Day's 100th game senior game as well.
Kicking into a slight breeze here.
35 out, Tommy McKean. Good to see him back. He's had an injury ravaged last few seasons. Comes in now, 45 metres out, and he has shanked it. Through for a behind. So they go to a one behind. IMSA one behind. Craig Allen Farm Machinery scores. You can hear that wind really hovering some effect out there at this point in time.
Liam Hammond's been fairly prominent early for South Colac too. He's had quite a few
handballs, Pete. Step up stat sheet.
Yep.
So it's going to be kicked in. That's a dangerous kick. Foley got over the top, won the spoil, and he might win his own footy here. Goes to the left forward pocket. Has a staff from 30. Just a bit too cute for a behind. So Kangaroos lead 2-1.
Yeah, probably had a little bit more space there than he thought he did. Probably could have steadied a little bit more.
So Arnold brings the ball back in. He goes short. Melville has it in the back pocket here for the Colac Imperials. Here right in front of the Bennett Racing sign. Have got a good chance later today. Morpherville kicks a beauty. And the mark being taken by Stevens here. What can they do on the counter-attack? Kick in ball's not great, but it might work okay. Goalies Campbell Scott's dangerous here. He was away too, but he got the football. Might have took one on too many, although not according to the umpire. We're going to get a ball up there. He was away too.
He was, yeah. Any loose balls in the forward line, the South Colac boys are going to have to be on their toes.
55 around from goal. Nigel Platt does to get us underway again. Stevens wins the tap. Woods mops up there for the Roos. He was best on ground the last time these two sides played. And we're going to do it again as double teamed into the turf there with Circuit, the reigning Marnie medalist from last season. So the good, tough start to this contest here. 2 plays, 1. Garner wins the tap. Went straight into the arms of Cunningham. Has a flying Campbell Scott, kick looking for Bubba Bailey. Good contest down there. One's his footy. Goes to the left forward pocket. Stabs! Misses.
Missed.
One behind. So the Scott brothers looking dangerous early, but for no reward. 2 behinds apiece.
Quality game.
It is, yeah. So, look, there's no big pardons out there. They're not giving anyone any space either. So you really got to work to get your possessions.
Great game of footy early on. McCarthy did the kick-out duties. 2 points apiece. Impson South. Here at the Velodrome in South Colac. What's going on here? Aren't they going to be able to kick it out? So good work there by Seb Hayes. Launches out a defensive 50 for South Colac. Garner claims the mark, but umpire says no, it was touch. Circuit's lurking, got the hand pass out, looking for Mulgrew. Good kick off the ground there by Cunningham. It's going to be picked up here now by Hammond's got the football. He's tackled right in the ground there by Stephen. Holding the footy. That was like a double WWE WrestleMania stuff there, Drew.
He tackled like he meant
got
that.
Got it to Cunningham, got it over the top now to Mickey Foster, sends it into the pocket, and he finds Sir Bailey Scott.
Oh, not happy with the treatment.
Pocket. And just a kind reminder, someone in this box tipped him to kick the first goal. He's currently the only one that's tipped a correct tip in this season.
Well, he hasn't kicked it yet.
I'm just building up the suspense, Joey.
I know.
Just making sure we remember.
We won't forget, Max. You trust me.
My favourite Essendon player of all time kicked the first goal this afternoon.
He's missed it.
He hasn't. He's missed. So
Max, he's let you down, Max.
2 behinds. He's kicked. Imps have got 3 behinds. South Colac have got 2 behinds. We've gone 9 minutes in this first quarter on the Richardson Real Estate time clock.
And Bailey's certainly getting a bit of attention out there around the ball.
So ball will be kicked back in if the ball's coming back.
Yeah, I think she's up on the road there.
I think you're right there,
Here
Pete.
it comes.
Here it comes now. So Phil McCarthy taking kick and supporting on for the Imperials because there is a win going in the way they're scoring. So they need to make some reward here because they get plenty of looks at it. McCarthy brings the ball back into play. It's a bit of a helicopter style sort of a kick that clean bowled everybody. Mopped up by O'Shannessy. Good handball over the top to Russell. Russell hand pass, missed the target only momentarily. Game tight to Cunningham. His kick was partly smothered. And we're going to get a boundary throw in. 40 around from the Imps goal that just needs some reward, Pete. They're getting plenty of looks.
Yeah, they are. That was a little bit scrappy from Imps there. Not quite clean. And the scoring opportunity lost.
Boundary throw in. Stevens and Garner in the ruck. Garner really took it out of the ruck. I thought it was a bit of a 50-50, bit of $1.90 each of 2 there. We're going to ball up. So a bit of a scrap heap at the moment at this stage. Garner the tap. Foster roved it beautifully. Hand pass went straight to the arms there of Larico to Monaghan, the skipper. Long kick to the wing position there. Good contest. McKean couldn't quite bring it down. Ball spills to the back again. Arnold's been busy early. Stevens' kick was well smothered. All important re-one here. Here's a chance for Hammond now to mop up at half-back. Good handball over the top to Woods. He's got all the time in the world on the edge of the square. Goes board, not a great kick. Melville just got a bit of an awkward ball to carry there. Could he keep the ball in? He's happy to let it go over. And we get a boundary throw in there. Well done. In fact, that was Trey Whedon. We'll get a boundary throw in there. Looking forward to see what he can do this year.
Yeah, he's a nice size, Trey Whedon.
Big size.
Yeah.
Young Noodles' brother.
Is just made on the ground.
He looks a lot smaller than
Bit of argy-bargy, wasn't there, Drew?
Umpire throws it back into play.
He's not afraid, isn't he?
No.
Garner trying to gather his Monaghan. Trying to gather the football. Mumberson gets his first disposal. Comes out the circuit. Gets the hand pass back to Monaghan. The little man goes backwards. Finds Mulgrew. Mulgrew now sends it inside the forward 50 for South Colac. Arnold, fresh air. He comes out the Price. He's tackled. Donahue kicks the ball forward. Bounces in the goal square. Trying to gather the football here is Stevens. Menzies.
Off the ground.
No. Good soccer play there. The Colac Imperials save it. It was O'Donnell that saves it, and it's through for a behind. 3 behinds apiece.
I think that breeze might be a bit stronger than we thought it was. Maybe a couple of goal breeze.
Oh, kick was smothered here. Chance here for Mundelson. Oh, he just had to kick it off the ground, and he did, but it went to the left, and it's through for a behind. So they now go to 4 points. South Colac, 3 points. Colac Imperials. And, gee, this is a pretty hot stuff. No one could score at the moment. Whedon couldn't take it with him. And it's going to be a free kick to Tom McKean, is it? No, ball in. McKean sort of almost trapped him.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one there. I didn't know what he was thinking there. He was just trying to took him on and he just lost his footing there and just lost the ball out of his hand there in the process.
Ball up in the left forward pocket for South Colac.
Oh, drop kick.
Down there by Stevens. Menzies. Oh, Circuit spoiled Stevens then. Comes out to Arnold. He's tackled by Circuit. He's trying to rip the football out of his arms, but it'll be a ball up on the 50.
How good, Brody Stevens, a drop kick for
Yeah, it was. Out of the ruck. He dropped it down.
We're
and
going back to the 1960s.
And it's get Prices there. Circuit got it over the top to Monaghan. Monaghan's a high kick. Punch forward. Comes out again now to Mulgrew. Mulgrew this way, that way. Got it over the top. Kick was smothered. Chance here for Seb Hay. Good twist and turn. He got the hair pass out. Price still working. Gee, it's a hot football, isn't it?
Oh.
It's been a really good contest early in this ball game.
And there's a bit going on too.
Yeah,
There'll be a ball up.
The boys aren't happy with each other. And,
Exchanging insurances.
Good
they are.
umpiring, get on with the game.
So a ball up in the middle of the ground. Again, another hot football to be won. It'll be another ball up in the centre square.
Yeah, sort of no room to work. She's really working in the phone box there at the moment, isn't it?
14 minutes gone in the opening quarter on the Richardson Real Estate time clock. Ball kicked forward, but it's going to be marked by Arnold for the Colac Imperials. So he's kicked though. Oh, it was good. It was good. That's
just good.
As Cunningham sends the ball inside the forward 50. No on the mark there, except the defensive work there by Seb Hay.
Oh.
His kick is going to find a teammate in Tom McKean. On centre wing, broadcast side here, the hillside of the Velodrome, and he'll try and send South inside the forward 50.
Ball hails up in the breeze again. Arnold been busy early with a good fist. Rolled right by Tannis. Hand pass into a bit of traffic there. I don't know who he's hand passing to. Woods with the fend off. Quick handball to Menzies. Menzies kick up towards I don't know where he was kicking that to. Goal's gone to the wing though, nonetheless. Well picked up by Wisby to O'Shaughnessy, the skipper. Chipping ball was a good kick up towards the half-forward zone. Hay couldn't quite bring down the mark. Was good use of the body there by McKay. McKay kicks the centering ball. Price was just after to come at this. He's given away a free kick, sure.
Eye contact.
Against Hammond. He's pleads his case, but I don't think he can argue too much for that. It was a clear free kick. So Liam Hammond been busy early on the Stevcom stat sheet across half back.
5 handballs on the Stevcom stat sheet, Drew.
So Hammond now, we all know how good he did in his 3rd season as a Kangaroo. And he goes long up the wing. It's just a short sort of a kick. The Bruce players spoil each other there. Ball spilled out to Arnold. Hand pass to McKay, went out of bounds. We'll get a throw in. City side wing, sun. Beautiful day for football here, about 18 degrees. A bit of a breeze blowing, but if you come and catch up with the forecast, the early forecast for next Saturday is 31 degrees. unusual for this time of the year. Boundary throw and Russell doing the ruck work. Again, Zach Downard. Ball's gone to half forward there. Attacked it hard was Wisby. Well played by Hammond again. He's been very good in his first quarter. It's a torpedo punt sort of a kick. And Cox has got the length of the Princess Highway to work with.
Oh, and Spokes is going to run him down.
No, nowhere near there, Pete. Ball kicked to half forward. Bit of holding going on. Mumberson competed well there against Whedon. Bit of a hold of a jumper there and Whedon not paid. Cass sort of scooped it out to O'Shannessy. Dobo went to ground, but O'Shannessy did well. Ball spilled down. Well done. Woods dispossessed by Tannish. Ball's very hot at the moment. Spokes gets a hand pass out. Well dropped up body opposition to 32 Monaghan. Good kick inside 50 here. Here's a chance for Donahue. He's got Foley and support. Gives him the hand pass. Runs to 35. Goes a goal.
Missed.
And he's missed again. Gee, that was the best passenger play they've had all day, South Colac, and they've wasted it.
Yeah, they moved the ball fairly well into the breeze there, but it's going to be hard work scoring goals at that end of the ground. I think that breeze is a little bit more solid than we thought it was.
5 behind South Colac. Imps 3 behind 3 points. We've played 17 minutes in this first edition of the Cataroo Cup as Cass goes straight up the middle.
He does, goes down the guts. Almost the mark there by Mulgrew for South Colac. Chance here now for Mumberson, but his camp pass was intercepted by O'Donnell. Kick looking for Jet Price there. Kicks off the ground, puts it inside the forward 50 for the Imperials. Stevens there. So's Hay. Jet Price up against the boundary. Around one tackler, but it ran out of tarmac and it's gone out of bounds. Boundary throwing 35 out from the Colac Imperials goal. 5 points, plays 3 points. South Colac leading this ball game here on Mix FM.
So Bailey Scott certainly get a bit of attention off the ball. They're making every possession hard for him.
Young Cooper Mumberson, his first senior game, he's certainly not getting afraid of the action.
That's what you like about these kids. We saw a fair bit of that the last couple of years.
Yeah,
the
no
kids
fear.
come in and, have a crack. Here's a stance for Stephen. Hand pass backwards to Bailey Scott. Has to get around his opponents. Now he just bangs the ball back inside the forward 50 for the Colac Imperials. Schroeder couldn't take the mark. Jet Price is lurking. Snap for goal is a behind.
Will and McKay that time.
Will McKay. 4 points the Colac Imperials. 5 points South Colac. We've got a high-scoring soccer game unfolding here.
We have, yeah, but I think South would be pretty happy with the way the quarter's gone so far.
18 and a half gone in this opening quarter.
Campbell Scott comes back on. Liam Cunningham about to come on as well. So South Colac will be pretty happy at the moment, being the Port in front, kicking against the breeze. There, Day got up early, couldn't quite bring down the mark. Ball sprills out to Russell, setter and kick inside 50's not great. And Hammond again, he's been very impressive in this first quarter, takes the mark. He's going to switch it across the ground. No, he thought about it and decided, no, I'm going to go out this way, the outer side. Garner underneath it there. Should be paid the mark, and he is. Good strong hands. Class Harbour centre mark of the day for Matt Garner, of course, best on ground in that premiership win a couple of years ago. It's gone so quick as well, too, a couple of years ago. Wants to get the handball off, but chooses not to do that.
Is that the wind on people here in tummy?
I think it is, no?
Hand pass to Donahue, kick up towards the wing position, goal off hand. Circuit was held, no free kick. Cats their numbers there, but Circuit mops up there. He's well tackled there, but he got one high. He's going to win himself a free kick. It's Brad Circuit again, been busy, the reigning Marnie medalist. He wants a handball, but nothing doing. He decides to kick it now. Not a great kick again. That breeze is really playing some havoc out there, particularly coming from the southwest. Circuit again mops up. Hand pass went straight into the arms of Russell. He just decides to kick it long, but it's all kangaroos down there. And Donahue again has been outstanding in his first term in his life as a South Colac player. He goes out while looking for Larico. Can he keep the ball in play? Just out, I reckon, but the going round player was blindsided, to be fair. He goes over the top for another bloke that's had a very impressive first quarter in Liam Hammond. We're in the time first term. It's 5 plays 4. Kangas in front.
Surely not long to go in this quarter. As
a 0-0 draw, Max.
Yeah, well, 5-4. As Hammond somehow finds Mulgrew. So Mulgrew's got the footy. Can we get a goal before quarter time? Banged inside the forward 50. Mumberson couldn't take that. He's trying to gather the football here. Coxie throws in his body. Circuit's lurking. And there's a whistle. Free kick.
Yeah, tackled over the line there. Brad Circuit wasn't too happy about it.
Yeah, and understandably so.
So free kick's going to go to South Colac, and it's Mumberson just outside the 50. Squares it up, but it's stolen by Bailey Scott. Good class harvest centre mark.
50.
He wants 50.
First one of the day.
Watch him here, boys. He's going to go on for the races in a sec.
Yep.
He's going to be over in the middle of the ground. You'll see no one on the mark. And no, he gets the hand pass over the top to Tanis. Tanis winds up, puts it inside the forward 50 for the Colac Imperials. Ball's on ground level. Donohue's got it. Backwards hand pass over the top. Finds Day. Gets it to Hammond. And South Colac relieve. Again, they get it out of their defensive 50. Chance here again. It's going to be marked. Finds Campbell Scott. Takes the intercepted mark. So Scott with the footy. Put it back inside the forward 50 for the Colac Imperials. Stephen, he almost got spoiled then by Scott. And there's going to be a hold in the ball. Free kick goes the way of South Colac. It's all going through their defence.
Yeah, that was a tough call, I thought.
You've got to think their defence is they have their two best defenders out today in Bordernet and Perkins.
Yeah, so George done a lot of work off the ball to get himself in a position to mark that, and probably a bit stiff.
Yeah, should have been another 50 there against Wisby there. Russ casually running through the mark. Here's Cox now.
Yeah, Cox is very well tanned. More tanned than you, Pete Molara.
Goes short.
Yeah, well, more than me.
And finds Larico. So Larico now has the 40 at half-back. Just centering ball. Nice kick. It's okay. Finds the skipper and Brendan Monaghan. Just happy to play keepings off. Just happy to take some time off the clock because it's been a hot first quarter. Although we had no goals kicked. So Monaghan kicks to left half forward. Underneath it there, Zach Downard. Ball spills to the back. Mummerson's lurking, but he couldn't quite take it. And we're going to get a boundary throw in there. About 55 around from goal.
This is an entertaining clash with no goals kicked as you'd ever want to see, Pete, isn't it?
It is, yeah, no. The boys are firing up down there in the forward pocket as well. They're bouncing off each other, but yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good footy.
Boundary throw in on the 50. Down under on the ruck with their siren win. An interesting first quarter, entertaining, but no goals yet. 5 plays 4. South Colac with their noses in front. And we'll come back, we'll go around the ground shortly. We'll take a break here on CDFNL Live. Back for the stats in the first quarter and back with the second quarter, all thanks to Minerva Foods here. Kataroo Cup Part 1 for 2025. South Colac 5, Imps 4.
On Mix FM, this is CDFNL Live.
G'day, Chris from Westvic Sheds. If something in your life needs a new home, we've got a shed for it. Does your hubby want a man cave? Does your teenager want to move out? We've got a shed for that, any purpose, any budget. Get in touch with Westvic Sheds today. The Mix FM Business of the Month.
This is the sound of one small change. It might seem insignificant, but it could save a life. You might see it as more hassle than it's worth, but that's a PTO cover being replaced. Replacing a damaged PTO cover is a small change that could help you and your workers return safely to your families. It's never you until it is. Most deaths on farms involve vehicles. Understand your responsibilities at worksafe.vic.gov.au/saferfarms.
At Sports Power Colac, we're strong supporters of local footy and netball. We've got everything you need for the season. The most popular shoes, boots, socks, shorts, compression gear, balls and more. This football and netball season, see us at Sports Power Colac, your local experts.
Don't leave anything to chance. From annuals, Italians and perennial ryegrass through to a tetraploid or diploid ryegrass. All your seed requirements this autumn are at Ag Warehouse, Colac and Simpson. The team also has an on-farm agronomy service available to help you take out all the guesswork. Ag Warehouse, Colac and Simpson, your complete autumn seed stockists. Find Ag Warehouse Colac on the corner of Deans Creek Road and Princes Highway and Ag Warehouse Simpson on Lavers Hill, Cobden Road.
Bobcat.
That's a name worth roaring about. FSR Equip is the authorised Bobcat dealer for Southwest Victoria and specialist for Bobcat mowers and compact tractors. From the residential ZT2000 to the commercial grade ZT7000, Bobcat mowers provide a flawless cut every time. Need more muscle? Bobcat compact tractors are built to tackle any job with ease, from mowing to heavy lifting. Follow the sound of the roar and get to FSR Equip. Hugh Murray Drive, Colac East. Bobcat, one tough animal.
Discover a smarter, faster, greener way to build with Echidna Built, a new standard in modular construction. Eco-friendly, high-quality modular buildings, tailored solutions for modern living and working. Perfect for expanding your home or growing your business. Design options range from 1 and 2 bedroom second dwellings or 2, 3 and 4 bedroom homes. Crafted with meticulous detail, every module blends modern aesthetics with sustainable practices. Echidnabuilt.com.au, part of the CMTP Group. Your
club delivers on the field. Think Water Colac delivers water solutions, serving the southwest for over 25 years. Irrigation and filtration systems to pumps and rainwater tanks, and your local experts in solar pump systems. Think Water Colac. They do water well.
Ben Spokes at We Spoke Insurance Specialist can come to you with the ideal insurance to protect what matters most. You'll get market-leading personal service and advice with We Spoke Insurance Specialists. Find them on Facebook. Authorised representative of PSC Connect Proprietary Limited. Please consider all terms and conditions.
Tim Boone Motors are now Mahindra dealers. Mahindra have a great range of sport utility vehicles engineered for adventure with a 7-year warranty and roadside assist on most models. Mahindra, rugged, reliable and excellent value. Test drive today at Tim Boone Motors. LMCT 2032.
The team at Men Only Hair Design have seen lots of heads over the years. Few short back and sides and plenty of styles come and go. What the local team brings to the southwest is quality barbering. Men Only Hair Design. No appointment necessary. Powered by KFC Colac, FSR Equip and Sports Power Colac. This is CDFNL Live.
Yeah, quarter time here.
Let the play go, which was fantastic to see. As far as the hit-outs go, Matt Garner, 5 for South Coast, 3 also to Zach Downard, 3 on the Imperials side of things for Brodie Stevens. Major stats winners for the South Colac side, Adam Donahue, 9 kicks, 4 handballs, 4 marks, 13 disposals. Liam
Pretty
Hammond,
good start, mate.
Liam Hammond, 6 kicks, 5 handballs, 4 marks, 11 disposals, couple on 7. Brad Circuit, 1 kick, 6 handballs, and also Brendan Monaghan, 4 kicks, 3 handballs. For the Colac Imperials side of things, couple on 6. Austin Arnold, 4 kicks, 2 handballs, and a couple of marks. Bailey Scott, 5 kicks, 1 handball, 2 marks. Those leading stats winners to quarter time. Thanks to Steve Copples.
Polo Bay at 2-2-14, South Simpson 1-1-7. Half time. Good game up at Metricon or People First Stadium or Carrara. Adelaide 6-4-40. Gold Coast 5-9-39.
I thought Brad Circuit would be pretty happy with the way that game went. It was the South Colac, the way they wanted to see it played. They certainly held imps up. They held possession of the ball, and interesting to see what happens this quarter.
Second term underway, Pete, and here's that man, Circuit, tried to take all of them on. That should be holding the footy, and it is. Advantage is paid to Campbell Scott. He kicks up towards left half forward. Schroeder and Day couldn't quite get that on this occasion. McCarthy, he's well wrapped up by Wisby. Day trying to keep it in, likewise Wisby will get a boundary throw in there as well.
You get a really good view of the grunt work that Brad Circuit does. In this
yeah, you do. With this elevated position, there's some tough work. He takes a lot of punishment in a game of footy, Brad.
It's a boundary throw in here. 55 around from the Imps goal here. 5, phase 4. Green Apple not far away from getting underway. Stevens took it out of the ruck. Has a ping from 45. Goes to the hot spot. Stevens just should be held. No free kick. Ball's on the hot spot again. Day just hand passes and hope, really. Mops up by the opposition 5 and Wisby. Well tackled by Day. Ball up. Good umpiring in the end.
Great play, Brodie Stevens, Pete.
Yeah, look, he's good on the ground and he follows up. He always gives 100% effort, Brodie.
Well done, Brodie Stevens there. Of course, had a great year last year. Ball thrown up now. Garner wins the tap. Donahue went through his hands on this occasion. Hay and Day.
Hay and Day.
Game boundary throw-in.
Kicking into the breeze, I think Imp's small forward line might be a little bit of an advantage for them. They're not relying on the big marking players to kick goals from.
Yeah, umpire spotted a free kick 30 metres off the football, and there has been a lot of that since the start. And Bailey Scott's going to get a free kick. No, it's going to go to Cunningham. Or Campbell Scott. It is Campbell Scott. The brother there as well.
Tough kick from out here, but Campbell's just as likely to kick it from here.
Well, Pete, I did pick him first goal kicker.
Oh.
Yeah, not yet, AJ. He's going to kick it.
Enough.
Tough kick into this breeze. 40 metres out is Campbell Scott. Puts it high. It's going to go very close to the goal line. Steven got in front. Couldn't quite take it. Russell Stake. I think he might have stuck it through, has he? No.
Hit the post.
Oh, gee, and the goal drought continues. I thought that was good, Pete. I thought it couldn't have beaten everybody.
Yeah.
5 behinds apiece. We have no goals yet. 2 gone second term, thanks to Minerva Foods, Greg Allen. Farm Machinery scoreboard.
Mulgrew Day sends it out defensive error at 50 for South Colac.
Oh.
Gee, it's a hard game of football here. Cunningham got the hand pass over the top. Looking for a teammate, but it's knocked off the ball.
Yeah, there's some big bumps, Pete.
Yeah, there is. big bump there from Brody Stevens on Brad Circuit, but Circuit just bounced back up, didn't he?
If the umpire just get on with the game, that's all you can do. That's a free kick too.
Free kick going to Colac Imperials.
And there's a bit going on, boys. The umpire better take control of it quickly.
Well, just a few insurance claims been made, so Cunningham's got the free kick.
They're going to get it taken off them if they're not careful.
That's good umpiring. That's it.
Cunningham sends it inside the forward 50, and after all that, Hammond takes an unopposed mark, but they get shoved straight after it.
Another one down.
Slow it down.
So Hammond now sends it out at defensive 50 for South Colac. Cox couldn't take the mark. Chance here now for Tannis. Tannis assesses the options, puts it inside the forward 50, but puts it down the girdle of Seb Hay. Takes the intercepted mark. He kicks looking for Donahue. Donahue now picks up the football, has to get around Arnold. He's gone the outer side winning. He finds a teammate now. Chance here now for Monaghan, who kicks and finds Menzies, who seems to be playing up the field today.
Yeah, forward. I like that move.
Joel Menzies, which is interesting considering
50 metres. First goal coming up, boys.
Very interesting in considering Mitch Perkins and Bordenet's not playing. So Menzies, who marked it on the 50, you'd reckon will be in the goal square to kick this first goal of the game.
And that was set up by Donahue. His field kicking there was just superb, wasn't it?
Spot on, Pete.
Yeah.
Well, he put him on the angle, or will he go in the goal square?
No, he'll go in the goal
square. So Joel Menzies will kick the first goal of this match.
Finally.
It's a golden A contender. I better say it in case we don't get another one.
A Westvic Sheds and Garages goal of the day.
And he kicked it at the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. I don't know if they were cheers or Bronx cheers for that goal there, Peter. Thank God we got a goal.
Thank God we got a goal, I think. But look, you've got to be more disciplined than that. The goals have been so hard to come by. From where Joel Menzies took that mark, he would have been less than a 50-50 chance to kick the goal from there, and that 50-metre could prove costly later in the game.
So 1-5-11 South Colac, 5 behinds, 5 points of the Colac Imperials.
So ball back in the middle here. So after all that, he didn't kick a goal last year, Joel Menzies. He hasn't kicked one for a while, I don't think, either.
Since he died that day out at...
Correct, Pete.
I wasn't going to mention it.
I want you to go on that, but here they go again through Monaghan. Monaghan's kick inside. 50! What about that?
Great.
What a screamer. That is an absolute beauty. I think that was McNaughton, but back to the play we go. As Taz as well tackled by Monaghan, but how about the mark?
That's got to be just about mark of the year in round one.
That is a gem.
Angus McNaughton, I reckon, just put himself on a footy card.
Yeah, we'll give him that because we've done the 13 on our sheet. Ball comes out now to Scott. He was dispossessed. Stevens rubbed over the top there. Ball still in dispute again. Here's a chance now for Cunningham's on off the ball yet again. Here's a chance now for Stevens there with who's that? Which Stevens that is? I think that's Brad. Kick and finds.
They're still fighting.
Yeah, they're still boys centre half forward for South Colac.
Kicks inside 50, and here's Bailey Scott. She's falling in the hole and taking the mark. There was a bit happening off the footy with Brody Stevens and Garner as a goal as a behind being kicked.
Oh, I looked away there. The boys aren't happy with...
There's something's going on off the football.
This is going off.
Yeah, this is.
Seb Hayes got to just go, Maxie. He's got to play.
They are getting right into Mulgrew at the moment as Hay sends it down the guts looking for Menzies. Couldn't take the mark. There's still a fight going on in the forward pocket for the Colac Imperials as Campbell Scott got the hand pass over the top.
Oh, it's still going on again.
Yeah, this game's getting out of control, boys. These umpires just need to take some control of the game.
Well,
Coxie got Scott after that handball, so he's going to get the free kick.
Yep. So they've look. The umpires have got cards out there. Maybe they might be better off to use a couple of cards and sort it out.
One suspension. They keep getting into Bailey Scott. So Campbell's got the free kick.
No, is it going to be coming back or is it going?
I think it's down the field.
No one knows what's going on.
So,
where is it?
It's going to be.
It's going to be at centre half forward.
All right. So kick to be taken here by I think is it McKay? It's Willem McKay.
Willem McKay. Look, I don't know much about him, but from what we've seen here today, it's going to be a tough kick. He's into the breeze from there. He's 40 metres, 45 maybe.
Family relation too, because his cousin Cooper now is at the footy club as well. So join him and Sam. Got close to the man on the mark from forward. He keeps it high. It's just going to land a metre short. Garner just captured the conceder behind. So both sides just need to settle things down a bit. 7 behinds to 1-5.
It's nuts at the moment. They needed like a timeout, or someone needs to get the fire hose out on them and just give them a bit of a brush over and just say, cool down, chill, guys.
It was such a good game in the first quarter. We don't want to see it deteriorate now.
Don't want a Tuesday night tribunal with every player involved. It was McCarthy sends the ball out of defensive 50 for South Colac, and it's been hit into almost Bay 13 here at South Colac. It'll be a ball in. 1-5-11 South Colac. Colac Imperials 7 behinds on the Greg Allen Farm Machinery scoreboard. 8 minutes gone on the Richardson Real Estate time clock. Minerva meets second quarter here on Mix FM. Fire throws it back into play. That win really havoc. It was so still last night at Geelong. Woods got the hand pass over the top now to Foley. Foley sends it inside the forward 50. Cox tries to pick it up, and he does. Hand passes over top to Mulgrew. This way, that way, and another way. And he just slams it on the boot inside the forward 50. Donahue! Mark of the day contender.
I think they wanted in the back there.
Harvest Centre mark of the day.
And Adam Donahue will have a chance to kick his first goal in the CDFNL. His old man kicked plenty of goals in the VFL, Pete, for one of the greatest clubs of ever imaginable, was the Geelong Football Club, that is.
He kicked 100 goals.
Yep. So Adam, a stalwart local football player down in the Geelong leagues. Here he is in the CDFNL to get South Colac second on the board.
Oh, yes.
He's dobbed it. It's a goal at A contender.
A Westvic Sheds and Garages goal of the day.
Welcome to the CDFNL, Adam Donahue. South Colac 2-5-17. Colac Imperials 7 behinds, 7 points. Greg Allen Farm Machinery scoreboard. Pete Mulherron.
And that was good body work there from Donahue. I think he's going to be very dangerous one-on-one if he can get that. Mulgrew set the goal up. He tried to go this way and that way. He couldn't find an exit, so he just kicked it high in the air, and it was a one-on-one with Donahue, and he proved too good. So, I think with the breeze, I think they need to kick a bit longer.
So back in the middle, Nigel Plant gets us underway once again here. Garner unopposed, really won the tap. Circuit tried to have a fresh air shot but couldn't do so. And we're going to get a ball up yet again here, Pete.
Yeah, both teams I think they've kicked a bit short when they've been kicking with the breeze. I think Imps could have kicked a bit longer in that first quarter as well.
Stevens took it out of the ruck. Monahan got one high.
Yeah,
he's going to win himself a free kick.
Round the grounds, thanks to think quarter. Apollo Bay 20 leading Simpson at 7.
Ball gone to the half, centre half forward here. Menzies can mop up if he can on this occasion. Circuit fell over. Here's Price. Just hacks the kick high and long. And then if it happened there, Woods back with courage. Did really well, created a contest there. Hay well played. Good handball and traffic to Woods. To Zach Downard. Kick long inside 50. Here's a chance for Mumberson. Good, great at a contest, but he
chopped his hands.
No, it's going to come back.
Imps kick.
And it's going to be Whedon who's going to take the kick here.
He's been solid, Whedon.
Yeah, of course, a recruit coming over from the Colac Tigers as well. Of course, played with Bailey Scott a fair bit. He goes short, dangerously. Here's O'Donnell. So O'Donnell now in the back pocket here for the Imperials here. Just taking a bit of time out because both sides need a breather. Kick long there. Stevens got up early, brought the ball to ground. Should have been a free kick.
And
Nothing
he took Gun to the ground too.
And there's Larico holding the ball. Wowza. See, don't pay that one. Pay the one that wasn't. Pay the one that wasn't. So kick to be taken here by Bailey Scott. So Bailey Scott now will take the kick half-back flank. Rouge defensively. Oh, I got
he sold him the candy.
Sold down but beauty there. Kicks long there. Schroeder Hull. Garner should mark this. Should be paid the mark, and it is.
He's had a battling day, Matty Garner, but that was a good mark.
That should be 50 for time wasting, I reckon.
It's been a good battle with Garner and Stevens.
It has been.
Matty Gardner between half back and centre wing. He's going to go down between the two dugouts. Menzies couldn't take the mark. Seb A knock off the footy, and it'll be a boundary throwing. So 2-5-17 South Colac. Adam Donahue and Joel Menzies the goal kickers. Colac Imperials 7 behinds. Bailey Scott and Will McCabe kick 2 behinds.
Just around the grounds,
the
boys. Apollo Bay 3-2-20, Lake Simpson 1-1-7, Lord 1-2-8, Berry 1 behind, Otway 3 straight, Western Eagles 1-2-8.
Nil all battle there in the ruck. Here's a chance now for Woods. He's tackled there by Georgie boy Stephen. Ball up on centre wing. They exchange insurance numbers again.
He picked the wrong man to try and run through. You don't run through a George Stevens tackle.
He's done a couple of big tackles.
Yeah, he has. He really has.
So it was Russell at the ruck against Gardner. Done pretty well there. There's a chance now for Spokes, just couldn't gather the football. Somehow Monaghan kept it alive. And so it didn't go out of bounds, but it's going to be a ball up, about a metre away from the boundary line, right in centre wing position, right in front of us between the two dugouts. Umpire throws it back up. Garner just fists it forward about 20 metres. Chancing out for the Imperials.
That's a good tackle.
He's tackled. Hold the footy, says the umpire.
Great tackle.
So free kick goes the way of Stevens. Ashton Stevens, one of the new recruits for South Colac. He puts it inside the forward 50, right forward pocket. Good mark there by Bailey Scott. In defence, the coach. It's been everywhere early in this ball game.
Yeah, he just keeps racking them up, Bailey, doesn't he?
He's going to play on. He's going to send it out of defensive 50 for the Colac Imperials.
George Stevens.
Stephen got it over the top now. They send it inside the forward 50 for the Colac Imperials. Good mark.
That's the best piece of play from him so far today. They moved the ball from one end of the ground to the other as clean as a whistle.
Flynn Wisby will go back and try and kick the Colac Imperials' first goal for the 2025 season.
Should almost be within kicking distance here, even though he's kicking into the teeth of the breeze.
What can the Wisbenator do? Directly in front, 30 metres out from goal.
Lovely.
Got it. Colac Imperials get their first goal of the 2025 season. It's through Flynn Wisby. They go to 1 goal, 7-13. South Colac 2-5-17. Greg Allen Farm Machinery scoreboard. 14 minutes gone on the Richardson Real Estate time clock here on Mix FM. Peter Mulherron sitting on his swivel chair.
A hard-earned goal there for him. They've deserved to score a goal. They've moved the ball. In this second quarter, they've moved the ball, I think, a lot better than they did in the first quarter. They were a little bit short. This quarter, they've kicked the ball a little bit longer into the breeze.
See, Bailey Scott's gone into the defence now too, so he's been everywhere at the moment. So, ball to be ball back up here after not having a goal kicked for probably half an hour. Or in about, how many goals have we had? 3 goals in about 10 minutes. Back in the middle again. Downer doing the record this time. Won it down. Circuit, like he's done throughout his career, just put his head over and he's wrapped up by Cunningham, and we'll get another ball up. It's just near the centre circles. Overcast conditions here, but no sign of rain, which is, I think we've been crying out for in Victoria there, particularly what Queensland and New South Wales have been getting in recent months. Ball spilled out now. Arnold got a terrible bounce. And leading up, Jane Stevens onto it. 55 out. It's going. McCain got hit, still couldn't take the mark. Scott Mumps up there. Oh, fumbled there. Oh, they're mucking around. If they made a mess of it, have they? I think they have. No, good smother. Menzies! I think
kicked it off the ground.
Goal. I think they claim it's touch. It's a goal. Well, they made a mill of it, the Imps defence. And Melson put it there for South Colac, and Menzies kicks his second after not kicking a goal in 2024. They go on to, what's the score now? They go to 3-5-23. Imps 1-7-13, margin 10 points as we approach the 15.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Pete, thanks to Manoeuvre Foods.
They looked like they were out of trouble there. Bailey took possession of the ball and handballed to a teammate who wasn't ready for it, I don't think. I think Bailey was one step ahead of him and ended up making it a contest again, and a valuable goal there for South Colac.
Just a back line that probably hasn't had enough football with each other, have they?
No.
Holding time with each other.
It's going to take a bit more time than that, I reckon.
Garner wins the tap out. Circuit's trying to claim the free kick. Here's Cunningham through traffic. He's tackled by the circuit breaker. And Bradley Circuit wins the free kick. Got it over the top to Donahue. Donahue from 60 metres out from goal. Misses to the right, but gee, that was a roost, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he really laid the boot into that one with the breeze behind him. Covered a fair bit of territory.
He's going to kick a few at lawn, I reckon, in those 45-metre arcs.
Oh, no, terrible kick in there. Back in play once again here. It's Monaghan nearly mopped up his own work. McKay was well bumped out of it. That was Sam. And we're going to get a boundary throwing it again. Another opportunity for the Kangaroos. 55 around from goal there. 3-6-24. Imps 1-7-13. Couple of good games going around the district. Good game going up on the Gold Coast with the Crows leading the Suns by a point. 2 undefeated sides in the comp at the moment. Maintaining that way. Stevens won the tap down there for Imps. Tried him up of his own work. Mubs trying to make tackle on Woods. He got a kick away, but Circuit, here's to Donahue again. Gets around one. Gets hand pass back to Circuit. He did too much with that. Should be holding the footy.
Yeah, he's dropped the ball.
And a free kick will go to Jeremy Spokes. Inside defensive 50 here for the Cats here. So important next few minutes here coming up towards half-time in this Cataroo Cup. As Spokes goes out wide. That's a poor kick, really. Out of bounds on the full. Foster couldn't quite get there in time. Wasn't his fault, though. And Hillian Hammond, who's been fantastic in this first half. It's going to bring the ball back into play on the City side. They're blocked off the corridor here, the Cats. So Hammond on him wants his trusty left boot, which he does. Long kick to about 35 out. Foley in from the side. Couldn't quite bring it down. Stevens did well for the Cats. Just humps it out of there. Foster underneath it there. Him and Donahue. Good contest there. And they'll take that because they were outnumbered there 3 against 2. They get out of play. We'll get a thread ball tossed back in, Pete.
Yeah, important win there from Foster. If he didn't break even and get the ball out of bounds, I think South are away again.
How's Ty going?
He's barred from the Essendon Facebook. Did I tell you that?
No. Well, I'll have to know about this at half-time. Boundary throw-in. Stevens wins the tap. Went straight as far. Here's Mulgrew. Hand passes clean to Foley. Couldn't quite take it, but well read by Arnold. Just took one on too many. Dispossessed. Ball spilled out again to Mulgrew. Hand pass to Jordan Foley. Breaks the tackle. Good handle inside to Monaghan. Can kick a goal. 35 out dribble. There, he probably had a bit more time than he realised. And Whedon in the hole takes an intercept mark for the Cats, who are under all sorts of pressure in the last few minutes.
Got the great Conor O'Sullivan orange boots there as that Whedon.
Does too.
Gee, it wasn't Conor O'Sullivan great yesterday.
Yeah, pretty impressive debut.
Not debut.
Or second game,
Looks
wasn't
like the Cats are going to get another Rising Star winner, Pete. Good to see.
Right.
Stays kick was smothered. Don't have to tank to get Rising Stars, Pete. That's the industry.
Young key position defenders, Pete. They're a rare breed in this day and age.
He's been around for a few years, though, hasn't he? Yeah.
Just 2, Pete. It's okay. Umpire throws it back up. Centre wing. Russell wins the tap out. Sorry, it was down under one the tap out.
High
and then he
tackle.
just cleans up Jet Price.
The old clothesline from Hal.
I'll tell you what, Jet looks like he's grown a metre over the off-season,
I've
hasn't he?
seen him in a fair bit in the gym over the summer too, young Pricey.
So Pricey now sends the centre half forward. Stephen couldn't take the mark. Here's Tannis. Tannis kicking, he finds short. He finds Hayden Russell. So the Dane Swan of the Colac Imperials with all those tattoos all over him.
Too far out the score.
Russell winds up outside the 50.
Good mark.
Good mark in defence.
No, touched.
Touches the umpire, ball up on the top of the goal square.
They'll take that, the Imperials.
3-6-24 South Colac, 1-7-13 the Colac Imperials.
Yeah, that was a win there. I thought it was a clear mark.
Yeah, I thought
Umpire
that too,
throws it
mate.
up at the top of the goal square. Russell up against Gardner. Comes out the circuit and he's gang tackled in the ground. And a ball up, still again on the top of the goal square.
It's tough work getting a kick in close today, isn't it, boys?
Did you see last night, Max, the tackle on Nathan Cleary in the NRL?
Yes. It's always good to see Nathan Cleary get slammed.
1-4 now, the Panthers. They haven't won in Australia yet this season.
Good to see. Good for rugby league. Russell wins the tap out. Here's a chance now for Tannis. He's tackled by Seb Hay. Good defence at the moment by South Colac. Just holding them on bay at the moment. Another ball up. About 5 out from the goal square. Garner up against Russell. Russell fell over. Garner's kick was smothered. Circuit's there as well. He's wrapped up in the left forward pocket by Wisbin. Another ball up. Stoppage Central. We've gone 20 and a half on the Richardson Real Estate time clock. Minerva meets second quarter here on Mix FM. Stacks on this one. Another ball up. Feels like both sides just want half time to hit.
I'm waiting for someone to break out and score a try.
Yeah, that's right.
Free kick coming, boys, I reckon.
Umpire throws it up. Russell wins the tap out. Stephen tried to use his body against Woods. And there'll be another ball up. Prezani and Woods on top of Stephen. He's had a bit of a quiet start, hasn't he, Joshy Woods?
Stevcom stats.
They're hard to pick up in these jumpers, aren't they?
Yeah.
2 kicks and 4.
Very white game, isn't it? The whites on the back. Bit of a kick clash. Everyone will be going nuts.
Free kicks coming, boys.
Everyone was going nuts over Collingwood and Carlton the other night. They're kick clashing, but we're all good here. You just look at the shorts.
If this was the under-12s, I'll kick it over the other side to clear the pack
that's
out.
Right, yeah. Russell wins the tap out.
It's
the free kick.
What did I tell you?
And the free kick is going to go to Bailey Scott. A hold off the ball.
Yeah.
Drew was right.
Drewy.
He knew it was coming.
That's why we're the best call team in the district.
And Bailey Scott directly in front. This is big before half-time.
Well, that's not a surprise, though, because the last couple of stotches, Hay was all over the Scott like a glove, and not surprising Mark Ross picked that, so good umpiring there. He was all over it.
Directly in front, about 40 metres out from goal. He's got 2 behind so far this afternoon. The Imps have only got 1 goal on the board in this first half. This is a coach's goal at the moment. What do you got, Bailey?
Oh, he sprayed
it. He goes back.
No.
And it's gone to the right and stayed there. Another behind. He's got 3 behinds on the board. And they've got 1 goal, 8-14. South Colac at 3-6-24.
Both sides getting plenty of looks for sure. That's a beautiful kicking by Day. Downer dropped the mark. Coming through this occasion there was Tannis. And over the top there was Campbell Scott. We'll get a toss back in and down and over the top yet again as both teams see pleasantries again. Again, umpire said, get on with the game, throw it in. Good umpiring. Stevens in the ruck against Garner. Garner took it out of the ruck brilliantly. His kick was well smothered though. Scott.
Oh, she's on again behind the
group. This is getting ridiculous at the moment. Free kick been picked out, and it's going to go to who?
He's gone the wrong way there because he was the fella that started the fight.
Yeah, also the retaliator.
The retaliators got caught.
So Monaghan to take the free kick.
Dimmer Harmwick style.
Yeah, it is.
Arnold got in front of Cox, did well, but ball spills to McKean. He's away, runs to 45, steers it low, a kick's a beauty! What a goal, Tommy McKean! Goal of the day contender!
West Vic Sheds and Garages Goal of the Day.
He just read it like a glove there, Tommy McKean. He swept on it like a seagull swimming on a tip at the MCG. Steered it low from 45 and kicks a very important goal before half-time. They're 4-5-29. Imps are 1-8-14. 24-minute mark, second quarter, thanks to Minerva Foods. Greg Allen, Farm Machinery score.
Peter Hickey on the under-25 selection committee.
He might pick him.
Tom McKean under-25.
Oh, geez, he'd be borderline, I reckon. He's not. But look, one thing we know he doesn't lack is speed, and no one was going to catch Tommy McKean then once he got possession of the ball.
That's play of the day too.
There'll be a few fake birth certificates, I reckon, if you can't get enough players under 25. Hold the footy, says the umpire. Free kick will go to the Imperials. Garner was just ragdolled in the ground. And Campbell Scott's got the free kick now. So South Colac now a couple of goals behind. Colac Imperials a couple of goals behind. Campbell Scott.
Oh, he's off.
Has to get the ball off, and he does. He sends the ball inside the forward 50. Couldn't take the mark, was Mulgrew. Stacks on this one. Larico's on this ground. He dives on it, but umpire says no. We ball up in the right forward pocket. So 4 goals, 6 to 1 goal, 8.
I think
it's a 16-point margin.
3 South players touched the ball there before an Imps player even come on the scene.
Garner knocks it down to Larico. He kicks. And that is half-time here, the Cataroo Cup. It was a very strange game of football. It was a good contested game, but not a high-scoring game. 4-6-30 South Colac. The Colac Imperials 1-8-14. We'll go around the grounds at half-time. We'll go to the Stevcom stats as well. So stay tuned. It's South Colac leading this Cataroo Cup round 1 game by 16 points here on Mix FM.
On Mix FM, this is CDFNL Live.
Calling all local musicians. Do you want your music heard by a wider audience?
Oh, yeah!
Mix Brekkie is looking for talented local artists to showcase their tunes on air. Whether you're a solo act, part of a band, or a DJ with a fresh sound, we want you to be part of the show. Get the exposure you deserve. So if you're ready to mix it up with us, reach out today. Simply slide into our DMs at Mix1063 on Facebook.
G'day, Chris from West Vic Sheds. If something in your life needs a new home, we've got a shed for that. Hubby in the doghouse? We've got a shed for that. Need a place for the dog to sleep? We've got a shed for that too, and we'll build it best. Get in touch with West Vic Sheds today. The Mix FM Business of the Month.
Hey.
Hi, how's it going?
I just need to pay for the diesel on pump 7, please.
Diesel?
Yeah.
There's no diesel on pump 7.
Oh, no. Then you wouldn't happen to know a mechanic around here then, would you?
It's easy to make mistakes when you're tired. Driving on under 5 hours sleep. You're 4 times more likely to crash. A message from the TAC.
Greg Allen Farm Machinery has you covered with top quality speed discs from Pottinger. The Pottinger Terra disc is built for speed, durability, perfect soil cultivation, and the best part, they've got them in stock right now. No waiting, no delays. Just hook up and get to work. Visit Greg Allen Farm Machinery in Colac or give them a call. But hurry, in stock means they won't last long. Greg Allen Farm Machinery, helping you get the job done right. Palsty Agricultural Contracting, supplying, carting and spreading fertilisers and lime in bulk or bins. Even spreading your effluent ponds to the paddock via an umbilical system. Palsty Agricultural Contracting, 0409 3300 79.
With the footy and netball season here, the Colac RSL is your spot for post-game catch-ups. Grab a cold drink, enjoy delicious food and celebrate.
Here and Colac Lotto has you covered with better syndicates and bigger wins. Don't miss your chance to share in the excitement. Get your ticket locally at Colac Lotto.
Have fun and play responsibly.
Hey, I'm Alistair, one of the new owners of Joe's Pantry. We're keeping the same great products, the same top-notch service, and of course, the same cracking coffee. So drop in to grab your favourites and say g'day. Joe's Pantry, open 7 days on Murray Street in Colac.
Powered by KFC Colac, FSR Equip and Sports Power Colac. This is CDFNL Live.
Half-time in the Cataroo Cup for the first one of 2025, and there has been a lot happening. There's been a lot off the ball, a lot of spot fires everywhere you expect between these two local clubs. But at half-time, after no goals kicked in the first term, Spotted and South responded with 4 goals to 1, therefore 6-30, opening up a 16-point half-time advantage over the Cats, 1-8-14. Joel Menzies, the only multiple goal kicker on the green with 2 singles to Tom McKean, who kicked an absolute rip-up just before half-time, and Adam Donahue, who's having an absolute picnic in his debut for South Colac. The only goal kicker for the Cats was Flynn Wisby, but they're certainly getting plenty of looks at goal, but should make it a very interesting second upcoming. Stefcom stats, AJ, you all good to go?
Yep, at half-time, boys, in this round 1.1 game. Pete, as far as the free kicks go, in that second term, Imperials a lot more free kicks because there's a lot of skirmishes in that second term. 14 free kicks for the half, 10 in that second quarter for the Imperials, just the 3 to South Colac, 7 for the game so far, 14-7 free kick count at half-time. As far as the hit-outs go, Matt Garner on South Colac, 15 hit-outs. Zach Downard also did a lot of ruck work in that second term. He's finished the half with 8 hit-outs. As far as the Imperials go, 8 to Brodie Stevens, 1 also to George Stephen, and 3 to Hayden Russell, who's doing a bit of ruck work for the Imperials. As far as the South Colac boys goes, possession-wise, Adam Donahue's finished the half with 17 disposals, 12 kicks, 5 handballs, and 5 marks. 12 to Brendan Monaghan, 9 kicks, 3 handballs, and a couple of marks. 13 to Liam Hammond, 8 kicks, 5 handballs, 5 marks, and 10 to Brad Circuit, 1 kick, 9 handballs, and no marks. Does a lot of really grunt in and under.
He does, and he's getting paid a lot of attention, as same as what Bailey Scott's getting on the other side.
Yeah, speaking of that, Colac Imperials, Bailey Scott, the leading possession winner there, 9 kicks, 3 handballs, 4 marks, 12 disposals to half-time, 10 also to Campbell, Scotty's brother, 9 kicks, 1 handball, 3 marks. Those leading stats winners on the ground. Thanks to Stevcom at half-time, boys.
Thank you, AJ. Around the grounds, thanks to Think Water and, of course, Theodore Bodice Group around the course, because there's a good game going on there with Imps leading South Colac 17-14. That's the progress score. But back to the footy. And Apollo Bay 4-3-27 leads Simpson 1-3-9. Hasn't been updated for a while. Lawn and Berry haven't been updated for a while either. 1-2-8 the Dolphins, the reigning premiers, lead the Saints 1 behind. Good game at Jellybrand, half-time there. Otway Districts are 5-1-31 leading the Western Eagles 4-3-27. Jimmy Abraham, Dean Marnie, Connor O'Meara and Sam Marlborough, the goal kickers so far for the D's. And one more to add to that there as well. Nothing yet from the Eagles at this stage. In the A-grade netballs, I just mentioned a couple of completed scores. Birregurra 58 defeated Lawn 44. Otway Districts 58. They defeated the Western Eagles 50 there. So the Otway 1-for-1 to start season 2025 in the AFL. And it's a ripping game of footy up there. Still the same margin what it was in front of half-time. Adelaide by a point there, 9-5-59 to the Gold Coast Suns at 18-58. That's about 23 minutes into the third quarter there. Darcy Fogarty, he has 3 goals. He continued his red-hot start to the year. Well, Riley Thilthorpe and Taylor Walker have 2 goals. Well, Ben Long has kicked 2 for the Gold Coast Suns. Took Miller the leading possession on the ground with 20. A couple of games later today, Richmond take on the Brisbane Lions at the MCG. It's the Lions' first trip to the G since winning that premiership when they blew Sydney off the park. And speaking of Sydney, they're just across town at Marvel tonight. They take on North Melbourne. It will be very interesting. Luke Parker's first game against his old club, which will make it a very, very interesting indeed. Games tomorrow, GWS take on the West Coast Eagles. Port Adelaide and St Kilda, which is a game I'll give the Saints a big chance to. And Port Fremantle. Fresh from their derby win last week, they take on the Western Bulldogs, who have started the year really nicely indeed. A couple of Handle League scores. North Warrnambool 3-1-19 lead Port Fairy 1-2-8. South Warrnambool 2-4-16 lead Cobden 1 behind. And a big one, Portland 6-5-41 lead Koroit 1 straight 6.
Oh, okay. Well, Portland were talking themselves up as the big improver, so maybe they will be.
They had a couple of returning to the club. Habits, I think, as coach, and of course, the bloke who won the Maskell a couple of years ago, Jackson, I can't remember. Daniel Jackson is back at the club and picked up a few. So, and also Jay Moody back.
Jay Moody back from Alvey.
Yeah, so it'll be making it very, very interesting there as well. A couple of games to come later today. Hamilton play Warrnambool. That game's at Koroit due to the Melville Oval not being ready, and the game that's Super Saturday starts just before 5 is Terang. Like a lot of people tipping them as the premiership favourites. They take on Camperdown. Pete, a lot happening, like I said, off the ball in the first half, but I think South Colac just responded to it a lot better than what the Cats did.
Yeah, they did. They were more direct at goal in that second quarter. I'd like to see both teams, when they kick with that breeze, maybe to kick a little bit longer. It's been one of those games where there's been a lot of chipping around, trying to keep possession of the ball. In the blustery conditions like this, I think it's a bit of a hard game to play. So I'd like to see the team that's kicking with the breeze take those risks and kick a little bit longer. And we've seen, Adam Donoghue get one out down there, and I think the same could happen with Campbell Scott or any of those boys down there. George Stevens showed that he's capable of taking a mark down there as well. But look, it's been an interesting battle. I thought Matty Garner probably just held sway in the ruck in that half. Brodie Stevens put up a good battle. And then at ground level, probably Brad Circuit versus Bailey Scott at the moment, and they've both been getting a lot of attention. It's been hard to get an easy ball in there. But look, Imps certainly haven't made the most of their opportunities. They've probably left a couple of goals on the table that they should have put on the board, but unfortunately they can't change that now. So I would like to see them come out and be a little bit more direct and take a few more risks in this third quarter.
Yeah, in the netball, just an update there. Imps have just snuck away a little bit against South Colac. A lot of them tipping as to one of the premiership fancies, 21-16. Of course, Eliza Carl back at the club now after having his stint at Colac. Of course, won the GFL netball best and fairest in the A grade. Yeah,
great to see players like that come back to the local league where they started.
Absolutely, indeed. As a lot of people are tipping the Cats could be the big surprise packets in 2025. Umpires making their return to the playing arena. We'll take a break here from Eliminate Recreation Reserve here in the Cataroo Cup third quarter. All sports you by Sports Power Colour. Get you footy boots, jumpers or uniforms or whatever you want a place to be. It's the best place in town, and Wiz will make sure you'll be looking after you well, looked after as well here. South Colac 16 points in front with 2 quarters to play. Back after this here from Eliminate.
On Mix FM, this is CDFNL Live.
I'm with Simon Little from the Colac Motor Group, and Simon, I want to bust some myths with you. Myth or not, I can get my car serviced any make or model at the Colac Motor Group, but if I do, I'll void my warranty.
That is definitely a myth. We service all makes and models at the Colac Motor Group. We use genuine parts and we service per the manufacturer's schedule. For that reason, you do not lose your manufacturer's warranty servicing with us.
Then you don't have to travel down the highway, lose a whole day, potentially take a day off. You can get it serviced right here in Colac.
Why waste your time? Why take a day off? You've got better things to do. We've got the lawn to mow, we've got things to wash, we've got housework to do. Why would we take a day off?
Absolutely. So there you go. So that is a myth. You can get your car serviced, a new car, any make or model, and keep your warranty there.
Drop out any time. The team's always available, always ready, always willing, ready to take you through your next car. We're here to accommodate.
Choose your finance rate on selected in-stock Class tractors at Class Harvest Centre, Swain and McCabe. 0% through to 3.99% finance available on selected models. Choose between Axis, Arion, Axion, even Xerion models. All in stock and ready for immediate delivery. But hurry, only available while stocks last. Check out Class Harvest Centre, Swain and McCabe for more. Your Colac farm machinery specialists. Class Harvest Centre, colac.com.au.
Upgrade your property with West Vic Garage Doors, your trusted roller door experts. Say goodbye to outdated squeaky doors and hello to style and security. Did you know if you have a pre-existing garage door, you can have it serviced every 12 months to maintain your warranty? Get in touch with the team at West Vic Sheds to make an appointment. West Vic Garage Doors, based at West Vic Sheds and Garages, Princes Highway, Colac West. Check them out on Facebook today.
At Sports Power Colac, we're strong supporters of local footy and netball. We've got everything you need for the season. The most popular shoes, boots, socks, shorts, compression gear, balls and more. This football and netball season, see us at Sports Power Colac, your local experts.
Is home or business security on your mind? Trust Devcom, a fully licensed and accredited installer. They can plan the best security solution for you. Alarm, CCTV or door access control. Don't risk it. Choose Devcom for peace of mind.
Ben Spokes at We Spoke Insurance Specialist can come to you with the ideal insurance to protect what matters most. You'll get market-leading personal service and advice with We Spoke Insurance Specialists. Find them on Facebook. Authorised representative of PSC Connect Proprietary Limited. Please consider all terms and conditions.
Mowers are in stock and available now from Mark Benton Farm Machinery Repairs Simpson, your authorised Ferris and Victor dealer. Ferris and Victor zero-turn mowers offer a smoother ride, delivered by 2 or 4-wheel independent suspension together with a steel fabricated deck. Both brands are quality built and made in the USA. They also carry a range of belts and blades for other mower brands and stock a large range of 4-ply and 6-ply ATV and side-by-side tyres. Mark Benton Farm Machinery, 580 Sunday Ridge Road, Simpson.
Looking for fencing products? Look to your local CRT store in Simpson. Find a large range of pine and steel fence posts, plus unlimited stock of wire products and electric fencing needs. Harlow's Home Hardware, Barrowmill Street, Simpson.
$50 million. That's right, Oz Lotto is here and Colac Lotto has you covered with better syndicates and bigger wins. Don't miss your chance to share in the excitement. Get your ticket locally at Colac Lotto.
Have fun and play responsibly.
Powered by KFC Colac, FSR Equip and Sports Power Colac. This is CDFNL Live.
Yeah, we've got a big Sports Power Colac third quarter to get underway. Very, very shortly, both sides lining up into their positions. It's been a strange old game. South Colac 4-6-30 at halftime, leading the Colac Imperials 1-8-14. And it should be a big second half. You feel like I went past the netball courts when I went and saw the Colac Imperials, and Bailey Scott and their coaching staff are really intense and switching the magnets around a little bit, what they need to do in this second half. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do from here.
Really need to hit the scoreboard early in this quarter to really get back with South Colac.
Third quarter underway here in the Cataroo Cup. Thanks to Sports Power Colac here. It's the Kangaroos by 16 points. Spoke's been thrown into the ruck and nearly had Garner in a bit of an armbar there.
Armbar, Drew.
Yeah, and as we continue our wrestling theme. And Garner will take himself a free kick in the centre circles. Kick out wide, not great. And Campbell Scott read it well, takes the mark. So Bailey Scott has started in the goal square in his third term here. And he's off to the race on this occasion. And it's a big kick. That's about 70 metres. Scott in front. Well done, Hay. Well played. Oh. That's a super mark. Class Harvest centre mark of the day against Bailey Scott. That is a well done. He's becoming one of the most improved players in the comp. That's Seb Hay. Foley mops up his work at half back. Hand pass to Donahue. Back to Jordan Foley in game 150. Chipping ball over the top's okay. And finds Monahan, but Seb Hay, well done to you, sir. Kick into the corridor. It's a risky one, but it's okay to circuit. Hand pass to Woods. Woods kicks to centre half forward. Menzies underneath there. Good mark. Should be paid. Marks it right on the 50 here.
Too far out from there into the breeze.
Yeah, McKean's deep, and he's going to go to him here. Not a great kick, but Cox in the hole. Good defensive work play on. Spoke's got one high, definitely. I don't think McKee can argue too much about that one.
He was disappointed, but the kick was definitely there.
So Spokes will take the kick. He goes short and finds Whedon. Harp in the back pocket here, in front of the nipple with the imps. in front, but the Kangaroos just pegging him back to only a couple of goals to difference now. In Eliza Carl's first game since returning to the club after winning a league BNF at Colac. Ball spills to ground now. Arnold trying to mop up, which he can. He's well tackled there by Monaghan. Ball spilled at the back. Coming through Larico. He's dispossessed. Stephen sort of scooped it out. Here's Tannis now, half back. King into the corridor, beautiful. And finds Cunningham and they're away from Campbell Scott. This is danger. He runs to 70 now. Takes a bounce. Gets around Hay. Kick around to 50. Goes inboard. Good. Not a great kick though. Looking for Jet Price. That was a promising build-up. But again, inside 50s, deliveries just let him down.
Why didn't he go all the way, Pete?
Well,
He's selfish,
yes,
son.
of course.
Go hungry.
You kick him with the breeze. You're inside 50.
Yeah.
Have a ping at him, I reckon.
Right forward pocket here. 2 gone in this Sports Power Colac third term. A very important first couple of goals here for the Cats. Boundary throw in. It's going to be Garner doing the ruck work against Russell. Garner wins the tap easily. Ball spilled to ground yet again. Bailey Scott hunting for the footy. It's not coming out. We'll get a ball up here. So no change at half-time score. It's a 16-point lead to the Kangaroos after having no goals kicked for the first probably 25 minutes of the game. And Joel Menzies got one from a 50-metre penalty. Here's Hay again. He's well wrapped up by Bailey Scott. And we're going to get a ball up yet again.
Donahue parked again in defence when South are kicking against the breeze.
Thrown up. Garner. Tap. Danger here. Bailey Scott put his head over it. Menzies got him having a good tackle. Good footy all around by both players. And we're going to get a ball up again here. 40 from goal. South 4-6-30. Lead Imps 1-8-14. 3 gone. Richardson's real estate. Time clock on this third quarter.
Garner wins a tap out. Went out to Monaghan. Well, kicked a high one. Menzies couldn't take it. Circuit got it back to Monaghan. Monaghan now kicks to centre win. Looking for McKean. Oh, couldn't take it with him. It's gone out of bounds. Boundary throwing.
There's Mitchie Williamson there. Of
course.
course.
Was straight from his Maradona goal the other night.
Well, you were going to give him a bear hug then, Pete.
I was going to push him down the hill.
Well, I thought you were going to give him a high-five bear hug or push down the hill. You didn't do
I thought
anything.
you were going to give him a bear hug, Pete.
Boundary throwing, centre win. 30 plays 14. South by 16 points. Garner went straight to Stephen, went out to Tannis. Tannis now goes inbound. Wisby couldn't take the marker. Work by Larico.
Good work,
Tannis. Larico. Big play there by the 2 number 11s.
Good
Ball up in the middle of the ground.
Great tackle there from Larico.
And good contest too by Tannis there.
Yep.
No free kick. Good footy.
Stevens wins the tap out. Comes out the circuit. Kick was smothered. Stephen was there. You got Stevens and Stephen in that play. It's just
Stevens and Stephen.
Sets off your circuit. Comes out there. It's Tannis. He's tackled by Woodsy. And it'll be another ball up right in the centre of the footy ground.
Tell you what, some of these boys are going to be sort of nice.
Yeah, they're going to want to get in the ice bath tonight.
Well, the
I
Imps
reckon.
have the week off next week because they play on Good Friday.
That's right.
Against Selby. So Garner wins the tap out. Chance there for Larico. He just goes whooshka. Sends it inside the forward 50 for South Colac. Mumberson couldn't take the ball. And he kicks it off the ground. Bouncing ball right forward pocket. McKean. Hand pass backwards looking for Cox. O'Shaughnessy there. Cox though. Nothing miracle is going to happen. It'll be a ball up in the right forward pockets.
Coxie's just had one of those days, hasn't he? He's just trying for a couple of nice things. It just hasn't happened
couple
yet.
of things there. Just try something a little bit different to kick off the ground.
Both sides have got the cobwebs up, haven't they? And they're trying to blow them out.
Yeah.
Boundary throwing right forward pocket for South Colac. Mumberson in the ruck. Donahue's lurking. Bouncing football here. Good work here by Campbell Scott. Does the old Dustin Martin or Sam Lawler. Whatever generation you are with the fend off. So it's a free kick to the Colac Imperials. Spokes is going to take the free kick.
This has been the problem all day. They're just trying to get potency inside 50, but
that's
a
Kick
bad
went over the head of Wisby. Woods is there. Kicked off the ground by Josh Woods. Goes 25 forward. Chance here now for a teammate. Whedon got the hand pass over the top looking for Wisby, but Downard. He gathers the football. He's tackled. Spokes gathers it. His hand pass. Monaghan's there as well. And it'll be a ball in. Mickey Foster tried to get him into the ground. And it'll be a ball up in front of Bay 13 here at the Eliminate Recreation Reserve.
No big pardons, Pete.
No, she's a very hot ball out there. It's like the first quarter all over again.
6 minutes gone on the Richardson Real Estate time clock, third quarter, thanks to Sports Power Colac.
What, Pete, I'll come back to it, mate.
Boundary throw in. Stevens jumped early. Garner wins it on this occasion. Monahan been busy in this third term. Foley's kick was smothered. Scott couldn't quite get there on this occasion. He's tackled by 3 Kangaroos. And we'll get a boundary throw up there as well. Speaking of kangaroos, Pete, I can't recall. There's kangaroos everywhere out in the open in the country.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, scary.
Yes.
Nearly hit one there over to Mount Gamma in the off-season. I was working there. Yeah, don't want to get hit by one to claim insurance. Foley had a fresh air shot, couldn't quite take it. Campbell Scott well played there, and he's well tackled by Garner. And we'll get another ball up here.
I'll tell you what, Pete, Cooper Mumberson is really making his presence felt, isn't he?
With Bailey Scott,
Gee.
Certainly not backward in...
No.
Showing no fear, isn't
No,
he?
young player.
Like Larico in the middle of the ground earlier. Stevens got up early, win the tap down. Speaking of Stevens, he's wrapped up by Bailey Scott, holding the footy.
Yep.
Gee, that was a bit stiff, I reckon. So free kick to Bailey Scott. He's going to put the Cats into the attack. The delivery inside 50 has to be good. Cunningham, he's got the wheels. We know that. Can he keep it in? He does. Hand pass looking well done. Larico just broke the hand pass wide open. And we'll get a boundary thrown. That's been the problem for the majority of the day. Their forward line entries have just had a lot to decide.
Look, that was better to see a long kick into the forward line, maybe a little bit more central to cause a bit more panic. But I think that's what they've got to do. They've got to kick that bit longer into the forward line.
Jet Price comes on and Campbell Scott has a spell. He started this third quarter really impressively indeed. Here's a chance for Cunningham, but he just has no hesitation to take it over. We'll get a boundary throw in.
They've got the speed down there, the pace, the little fellas down in the forward line. So if they can get the ball on the ground down there, they're in with a chance.
So a lot similar to the first. We haven't had a goal kick to start things yet. 8 gone third quarter thanks to Sports Power Colac. O-Grey Nepal, there's a beauty going on over there between these two sides. Foster, snapping ball inside 50. Both got a shocking bounce. Russell and Brazzardi's kick is a shape, but lucky Cash dropped what he should have taken. Here's a chance for Stevens. He's harassed out of it by Foley. Foley again. Hand pass to Circuit. Good handball under pressure. McCarthy to Hammond. He's been very good. That's a nice kick under pressure. And finds Mulgrew, and Mulgrew marks it half back.
Quick hand pass over top, back to Hammond. Hammond now kicks. Looking to go to centre half forward. O'Shannessy puts a fist in there. Chancey now for the Imperials. Mulgrew to a bit tackle. Woodsy, he puts teammate under pressure, but it's going to be a free kick going away to Josh Woods. Good tackle. He's going to go inbound, looking for Donahue. Marks in front of Cunningham. Plays on. Puts it into the centre half forward area. Mumberson couldn't take the mark. Gathers the football. Young Noodles sends it forward. O'Shannessy's got the sit in defence for the Imperials. Fist it forward. Big high up and under kick. It's a raffle. Circuit. Woods. Circuit. Slams it on the boot. 40 metres out from goal. Left forward pocket. And Coxie takes the mark.
I'm not sure that was meant for him,
it
wasn't it?
was not pretty at all. No. Do not say that was scripted, but somehow South have a shot for goal.
But that's what we've been talking about. A chaos ball into the forward line gives you a 50-50 chance.
So Benny Cox.
In his heyday, Coxie would have drilled this one, no worries at all.
This is where he kicked the goal after the siren about 10 years ago on Mix FM on a Sunday afternoon to sink the Colac Imperials' hearts. This to really put a dagger in this ball game for the Colac Imperials. So Benny Cox in his traditional number 8. Normally wears 7. They've got the mental health jumpers on today. He goes back and he kicks it over the goal umpire's hat. Goal at A, Coxie.
A Westvic Sheds and Garages goal of the day.
And he kicks his first goal for season 2025 in our inaugural year on Mix FM. He could kick a century. And South Colac now have got a nice little lead, 5-6-36, leading the Colac Imperials 1-8-14. It's a 22-point margin here on Mix FM. 10.5 gone in this third quarter.
That really hurts him's chances with a goal scored into the breeze by South Colac. And it was probably against the run of play too.
Yeah, it was. He's on the road to 700 goals as a Kangaroo. Benny Cox is up to 6-5-1. As Circa tried to get it out, umpire says give it to me and I throw it up. 32-26 in the O-Grey Nepal with the Imperials in front. So the Imps are making a bit of a statement. At the moment, they're in the O-Grey Nepal there. Sprody Stevens wins to tap down there. Circa like he's done all day. Couldn't quite take it. Woods has lifted in his third term. Price just hacks the kick out of there here. Might work. Here's Cunningham now. He's got time and space in the world now. He's 60 out. Can the lower eyes? His kick is an absolute shocker, but it works. Foster, grab on the left from 40. It's close, but it's offline again. It's missed a lot. It was probably a bit more under pressure there, I reckon, there, Mick Foster.
Round the grounds, thanks to Think Water, Colac, Apollo Bay 4-5-29, Simpson 3-5-23, and Otway Districts 5-1-31, Western Eagles 4-4-28.
Good game going on.
For close ones.
Yeah, a couple of good, tough games to start the 2025 season. As Day goes long up the line. Garner underneath this there. Bailey Scott comes to meet it there. Scott and somehow nearly brought down the mark with him. Ball spilled out to Foley. He's got himself busy in his third term. He's tackled by Bailey Scott. We're going to do it all over again. Nigel Plant, the umpire.
A lot of players in a small area, boys.
You're not wrong. Stevens beaten that time by Garner. Foley, Circuit. Jeez, he's had a good afternoon. The reigning Marnie medalist. Kick high. McKean punched away by O'Shannessy. Free kick is going to go to South Colac against O'Shannessy. And it's going to go to Tommy McKean.
It's good to see him back up and running. Tommy McKean, senior game 100. Kicked up beauty in the second quarter. He sells the candy. In front of Stephen Cass, and he sends the ball inside the forward 50. Coxie's got the sit. So does it was Mulgrew as well. Ball comes on ground level. Here's a chance for Jet Price. Quick air pass was to no one. Menzies, who's kicked a couple of goals this afternoon, just watches it go out of bounds. Boundary thrown again in front of the famous canteen here at South Colac. Thai pumpkin soup out of 10.
Oh, I did. It was a 9 out of 10.
9
I'd give
out
the
of
pumpkin
10.
soup.
Went past his chicken nuggets and chips from the.
I tell you what, I didn't have any chicken nuggets because Peter Hickey ate them all.
Oh, those nuggets were. I tell you what,
they were good.
I ate my fair share. They were pretty good. McKay, he's tackled there by Woods, and it'll be a ball up from that stoppage. So another ball up. 36 plays, 14, 22 points. The margin. It's a game high. This ball game. It's been a bit of a scrap. Thought it might have been a real end-to-end sort of game, but it's just been a contested game of football. Downard throws in a tackle against Bailey Scott. It'll be another ball up, edge of the square, just favouring South Colac's side of the ground. They're kicking to the netball courts here at the Velodrome of South Colac. Downard in the ruck. Stevens wins the tap out for the Colac Imperials. Price had the hand pass out to Scott. And he's tackled there by Stevens.
The old footballers waltz between
it was. I thought we were looking at the rugby league there for a minute.
Yeah, we were.
Storm going beautifully, Maxie.
Yeah, that'll be a kick up last week. Stevens wins the tap out. It's going to be a free kick to.
Oh, they're all right too.
He's pointed
the wrong way.
He's pointed 3 times to one way and then to the other.
Yeah, Drew's right. The Imperials were out there.
And
who's it going to now? I thought it was a ruck infringement. Now it's going to Bailey.
Air pass over the top. They've got the ball inside the forward 50 for the Colac Imperials. And it's going to be a chance here now for McCarthy. Couldn't get it out, and it's gone out of bounds. And another boundary throw in. Brock Stevens runs it out of bounds. So boundary throw in about 40 metres out from the Imps goal. They desperately need a goal into this breeze. We've gone 14 minutes in this Sports Power Colac third quarter.
The problem with their delivery today for the Imperials, it's been very, very scrappy at best.
I just think this is their Achilles heel like you're all about. They just got nothing to kick to. No real big options. Stephen. It's George. McFoster's there. Fresh air there by Foley. Chancey now from Hammond. Looking for McKean. Chance here again. Menzies with the footy on centre when he was...
No.
That is soft as butter free kick. Come on.
He was just knocked as he kicked it. So downfield.
That's just rubbish. I'm sorry, but that is a poor decision.
So Stevens has got the football.
I think this is young Brady Sweetenham.
Sweetener, He's got the footy. He's going to kick it inside the forward 50 for South Colac. Mummerson flew high. And he put his knee in his back. Toby Green style.
Unrealistic attempt.
The old Toby Green's got a lot to answer for. And it'll be a free kick to the Imperials in the back line.
So, under all sorts of pressure again, the Imps, but they've done okay, but they've only got one goal to show for it. Oh, gee, that's a wobbly sort of a punt, sort of a kick. We're going to get a boundary throw in.
So here we go again, around the boundary again, and it'll be a wide entry into their 50. I think they need to be more direct.
So boundary throw in here as we approach the 16-minute mark on the Richardson's real estate time clock. In this third quarter, thanks to Sports Power Colac, it's only the one goal kicked, and that is it. South Colac 5-6, 36, Imsa 1-8, 14, 22 points to lead. Garner Dispossessing the tackle again. Cooper Mummerson nearly got one high. Circuit and Bailey Scott do at it, the two coaches. And we get a ball up again here. But Circuit's been outstanding today as well, led from the front. So he's been on and off a couple of times in this quarter. We're doing short bursts. Garner wins the tap. Tanis just hacks the kick out of there. Hay has to come and meet this. Good contest between both players. Hay's still on the ground at the moment there.
He's back up.
Stevens is there as well. He might have got an accidental boot in the head there, but he's all right. Stevens there is around it. We're going to get a ball up again. Good contest between Steve
I tell you what, Seb Hayes put his body on the line a couple of times.
He doesn't mind standing in the hole.
Stevens wins the tap down again. Monahan's had a big third term. He was well wrapped up. And we're going to go a ball up yet again here. So ball will be thrown up yet again here. Centre wing, attacking side for the Cats, who need a goal badly here. They haven't kicked one at this end all day. South Colac have kicked one at the other end. Garner took it out of the ruck brilliantly. Hacks the kick, not the 15. Downer tried to claim it, I don't know why. Stevens over the top. Spokes. Coming around, it was Cass. Cass kicks inside 50. Stevens are there. Punched away by Brazzani. Ball and Paul to be one here now. Over the footy that time was McKay. Likewise there, Day. Here's a chance from McKay. Trying to pick up the footy. He's harassed out of it by Circuit. Circuit again. God, he's unreal with that, isn't he?
He's no medal hangover from Brad Circuit today. He's started where he left off last year.
Gee, we've got to have a work cut out for the RSL player of the game. That's the first time I'll say that many times this year. Garner took it out of the ruck. That should be holding the footy, I reckon.
Done.
Yep,
and that was the correct call. So Tanis gets the free kick here. So they need to get some reward here, the Cats. Man on the mark, 52 out. Might be too far out to score. He kicks long there. Russell's underneath. At that time, Schroeder coming from about 5 deep. Created a contest at least anyway. And it's been taken over by McCarthy. We'll get a boundary thrown. So the Cats, Pete, get a look at it.
Yeah, they do from here. They're wide in the pocket now, but the trouble with Imps, they haven't got anybody to take that big mark for that pack mark down there.
Left forward pocket, about 25 out from goals. 36-14. South leading by 22 points. Late stages of this third quarter. Stephen out of the ruck. Has kicked a goal at a contender.
Westvic Sheds and Garages goal of the day.
How's that? Georgie Stevens right on cue. Just grabbed it out of the ruck. Tom Hawkins style. Slammed on the boot and kicked a goal. Much needed for the Imperials. 2-8-20. They go to 5-6-36. South Colac. We've gone 18.5 on the Richardson Real Estate time clock. Sports Power Colac third quarter.
Badly needed goal to breathe a bit of life back into this game, because the way it was going, Imps looked like they were almost down and out. But that was great play from George Stevens, and I think their goals are going to have to come from those sort of players. They're on ballers. They haven't got that big key forward now that Cullen Spencer's not down there.
Gee, how about this for a turn-up, boys, in the netball? Imps up by 13 over South Colac. So Imps making an early season statement. Ball kicked inside 50. Here's a chance for Wisby. Hand pass missed the target again. Day did really well. Won the ball.
Boot on the ground there, boys.
There is indeed. Oh, Scott, and in fact it was Campbell Scott. Just kicked Aaron Jarman style, and it's been mopped up there by Foley. Foley goes out wide to the outer side. Here's Donahue again. Donahue now has the footy now. Goes inside 50 with a kick inside 50. Good bid, 50 cents each way there between Whedon and Cox. Cox later, very good tackle. And we're going to get a ball up inside 50 yet again for the Kangaroos, who again are looking dangerous around forward 50.
South Colac can find the space a little bit easier than Imps at the moment.
Yeah, there's the boot.
George Melville's boot.
Yeah, he's coming off
busted.
Yeah, I know.
Busted boot?
Oh, yeah, I think he's coming from the ground.
Like a burst tyre, isn't it?
Good tackle by Sweetenham, holding the footy. Free kick to the Kangaroos and a shot on goal for young Brady Sweetenham, down from Newcastle. And he'll go back and have a shot at goal from about 40 metres out, but it's been very, very tough today.
Yeah, this will be right on his limit, I reckon.
Ever been to Newcastle, Pete? Not the New South Wales one, the English one.
Haven't been to the New South Wales one.
The Nova Castrian goes for goals, going to land short. Menzies couldn't quite bring down the mark. McKean around the footy again. Menzies good pressure on Weed, and we'll get a boundary throw and deep in the left forward pocket again for South Colac. Another goal here before three-quarter time will be very, very handy indeed.
You been to Newcastle, Maxie?
No, I haven't. Okay. No, neither one of them.
I've been to Newcastle. Really nice place. Really nice place.
Which one, Drewy? In England?
In Sydney. New South Wales, boundary throwing. Confuse everybody there. It is. Speaking of the Nova Castrian, Sweetenham's given away a free kick, and a bandit should be paid.
No.
It's going to come back. Yeah, so good numbers for South Colac to set up again. So the kick will be taken here by McKay, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, it's going to go to Brodie Stevens.
It was all the way back here. Brodie Stevens, defensive 50.
So
that ball court side. Kicks out, and he finds a teammate.
Just got no one to kick to Days.
No, they just can't find a loose player, can they?
The Great Wall of South Colac has done nubs.
They seem to get out of it, though. Tannis marks in front of Donna, who's gone quiet.
He has, yeah. He's been up a bit forward a little bit more.
Shanna's kick was a shocking kick and went straight to down hard. And there's your three-quarter time siren here on Mix FM. South Colac leading 5-6-36 to 2-8-20. Well, we had all this build-up thinking this was going to be a high-scoring, great game, but it's been stoppage central. But it's a 16-point margin to South Colac. We'll be back for a big KFC Colac last quarter here on Mix FM.
On Mix FM, this is CDFNL Live. Mix FM, music that makes you feel good. We've got the latest hits.
God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl. Take your jeans away.
And the old school tunes you know all the words to.
Be so quick to walk away.
On air at Mix FM and now on Listener. Download it free from the Apple App Store or Google Play. Sign up and follow Mix FM.
Bobcat. That's a name worth roaring about. And the biggest roar is coming from FSR Equip, the authorised Bobcat dealer for Southwest Victoria and specialist for Bobcat telehandlers. From construction to agriculture, Bobcat telehandlers offer unmatched versatility and strength with superior reach and lifting capacity. Bobcat telehandlers are built tough to handle any challenge. Follow the sound of the roar and get to FSR Equip, Hugh Murray Drive, Colac East. Bobcat, one tough animal.
In the last quarter, the Richardson Real Estate sales team has been working hard. We've listed 37 properties with 26 already under contract. We've conducted 156 appraisals, providing detailed insights to help buyers and sellers make informed decisions. There's been an increase in activity this year, with buyers competing again, so now is a great time to sell. Contact our team for a free appraisal and let us help you achieve your real estate goals. Richardson Real Estate, Colac's most trusted opinion.
Pain from your Achilles, heel or plantar fascia can hold you back. Theodore Podiatry not only has your back, they've got your feet, offering non-invasive treatment options like Shockwave with no downtime needed. Step into relief with carefully selected footwear for work, sport and casual outings. The extensive collection includes foot-friendly, comfortable and stylish shoes, including the largest range of Birkenstocks in Colac. Step into relief today. Theodore Podiatry, they've got your feet.
Is home or business security on your mind? Trust Stevcom, a fully licensed and accredited installer. They can plan the best security solution for you. Alarm, CCTV or door access control. Don't risk it. Choose Stevcom for peace of mind.
Mowers are in stock and available now from Mark Benton Farm Machinery Repairs Simpson, your authorised Ferris and Victor dealer. Ferris and Victor zero-turn mowers offer a smoother ride, delivered by 2 or 4-wheel independent suspension together with a steel fabricated deck. Both brands are quality built and made in the USA. They also carry a range of belts and blades for other mower brands and stock a large range of 4-ply and 6-ply ATV and side-by-side tyres. Mark Benton Farm Machinery, 580 Sunday Ridge Road, Simpson.
Leslie Maintenance and Pipe Fitting specialise in on-site welding, labour hire and stainless and mild steel welding. You can rely on them with one of their safety handrails, perfect for your elderly relatives. They're industry leaders, providing repairs and upgrades to your workplace, dairy and stockyards. Bruce Street, Colac.
Looking for building materials? Look to E&RA Parlour Home Hardware of Simpson. Find a huge range of timber, roofing, plumbing and electrical lines. Delivering to Compton, Timboon, Princetown and Port Campbell. Parlour's Home Hardware, Barrelmore Street, Simpson.
When the whole team comes over to watch the footy, stock up the home bar with Celebration Superstore Colac. Carlton Dry 24-pack cans or bottles, 2 for $100. Only at Celebration Superstore Colac, 82 Bromfield Street.
Hi, it's Daniel O'Kelly. When you hear the name Elders, you're sure to think of farm insurance. But did you know we're one of Australia's largest regional insurance providers? Whether it's business, farm or commercial motor vehicles, Elders Insurance Ballarat has you covered. The team at Elders Insurance Ballarat work with you to tailor a policy to meet your needs. Call 4313 5200 to learn more. We're here for you. Insurance you can trust.
Elders Insurance is underwritten by QBE. Visit the website, read the PDS and TMD to decide if the product is right for you. Powered by KFC Colac, FSR Equip and Sports Power Colac. This is CDFNL Live.
Yeah, three-quarter time here at South Colac. The Roos leading 5-6-36. Colac Imperials 2-8-20. KFC Colac last quarter about to get underway. We get the Stefcom stats. Thanks, AJ Love God Brady.
11 free kicks to South Colac so far in the game. 22 to Colac Imperials. 28 hit-outs to Big Mac Garner of South Colac. 18 to Brody Stevens on Imperials side of things. South Colac major disposal winner Adam Donahue. 15 kicks, 6 handballs, 6 marks, 21 disposals. Brad Circuit 3-13. Pete 3 kicks, 13 handballs, 16 disposals. Imperials side of things, we're looking at Bailey Scott with 10 kicks, 4 handballs, 4 marks, 14 disposals. And his brother Campbell, 14 kicks, 1 handball, 4 marks, 15 disposals. Those leading stats winners the three-quarter time. Thanks to Stefcom boys.
46-39. I think that's a three-quarter time score in the Agro netball. Thanks to Theodore Badiachi. KFC Colac last quarter underway.
Imps have certainly got their work cut out here to get themselves back into this game.
Particularly, they've only kicked 2 goals for the day, Pete. And South have got the breeze in the last quarter, which has been the scoring end, no doubt. Arnold at the back of the square kicks up towards half forward. Melville went to ground, had a bit of chocolate. Hand pass to Campbell.
Here we go.
48 metres out, breaks the tackle and he shanked it. And just slammed. No, it's out of bounds on the full.
In the wind, just definitely.
Pete,
pushed
those are the two that are going to win it.
Yeah, that was a better passage of play. That's one of the few times we've been able to find a bit of open ground out there. When either of those Scott boys get running, they're going to take some catching.
So 16 points is the lead, and that ball's pretty much gone to KFC.
So Brad Circuit down on the massage table, getting his legs rubbed, and Adam Donahue playing in the centre square at the moment.
McCarthy. Long kick up the line. Garner's coming around on this occasion there. Got mitts to it, couldn't take the mark on this occasion. Coming through there was likewise was his opposition ruckman Stephen. Spills out now to Spokes. Hand pass to Campbell Scott. He wants in supporting brother Bailey. I wonder how many times I did it in the backyard. 40 metres out. Steers it lows across the face. And here's an opportunity now with Prezona to keep the ball in play, which he does. Good pressure by now on Schroeder. Kick to the wings, all right. Good contest by Cunningham and Monaghan. Both went to ground. Let's follow. He's had a really good second half. He got one high. And he's going to win himself a free kick. He's really lifted in the second half. Jordan Foley plays on. Long kick. Donahue has snuck forward there. Just too much there. Off their chest there on Mumberson. Cunningham. Long kick up towards the centre of the ground. Campbell Scott's coming at him. Got a line, and Joe Cocker nearly brought down the mark of the century. Here's an opportunity now with the Cats again. Through Stevens. Pass to Melville. Melville with very shabbily.
Late hit there.
A free kick
downfield.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's looked up by the MRO, because that was pretty clumsy there, I reckon, from Zach Day. And a shot for goal for Jet Price. He'd take his best kick. He's 40 out directly in front. But with the break,
yeah, he's got a bit of work to do to on what's happened earlier in the day.
We'll see if the price is right, Pete.
Yeah, that's right.
14 goals last season. Jet Price comes in from 40, kicks. It's held up, and it's held up in the breeze. I don't think it's going to make the distance. Ball stayed in play. Hammond getting back, kick off the ground, bouncing footy there, going towards the defensive 50. Hammond, well played. He did it really well, and the kick is even better. Sweetenham takes the mark. The Roos can make them pay on the counter-attack. Menzies is underneath it. Good punch away. Numbers here again with the Kangas. Stevens gets back. Well done by the big man. Chipping ball, nearly cut off by Sweetenham. Here's an opportunity with the other Stevens. That's Brad. Main pass intercepted that time there by the Kangas there. This is Cooper Mumberson. Good kick to centre half forward. Mark taken by Cox. He's 60 metres out. It might be to distance, no journey. He's going to apply on 55 out. Goes long to the left forward pocket. It's too much. It's done way too much. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick to be taken now by Trey Whedon in the back pocket for the Cats.
Game's opened up a little bit in the first few minutes of this last quarter.
This quarter to be like it.
Yes, be nice.
Imperials have to really take the game on. South Colac.
Boundary throw-in. Boundary throw-in's been called. There was a bit of a conference there. I think there was.
They must have looked at the replay.
They went upstairs, Pete.
They must have done the referral.
Umpire to throw back into play. Right in the left forward pocket for South Colac. You feel like they get the next one. She's all over. Pye throws it back into play. Menzies wins a tap out. Woods kicked off the ground. Menzies throws in a tackle against Scott. And it'll be a ball up. Left forward pocket for the Roos. Hayden Russell's got the number 50 on his back now.
He's even sharing a bit of banter with his former teammates on the bench.
Stephen palms it over the top to Stevens, who sends it out a defensive 50 for the Imps, but Larenko takes the mark. Larenko, Yukbilti, right in the middle of the ground of South Colac, sends it back inside the forward 50 for the Roos.
That's a free kick to Mummerson. And that was clearly the right decision by Mark Robb. He was pushed out of the contest, so that's a definite free kick every day of the week.
Yeah, it wasn't by Stevens.
Yeah, Mummerson.
That's 50. That's that's it.
I think he was trying to. I think Stevens was trying to wonder whose ball it was.
He was. He wasn't throwing it back to the wrong
Yeah.
person, and then he ended up hanging onto the ball for too long.
Yep.
So Noodles is going to go back and kick his first goal of 2025 season, and he does. Kicks it over the goal umpire's hat, and he got his first goal. He got a mention on the Peter Mulheron Footy Factory. He got a nomination. He's in there.
Yeah, he's in there, so he should
no
be...
doubt he's going to be a superstar. So they go to 6-6-42. South Colac 2-8-20 of the Colac Imperials. It is a 22-point lead, game high, an equal game high at the 5-minute mark. Of the
and you got to think that's enough for South. They'll. That should be a big enough lead that they can hang on and win the 4 points in this game.
It was a good grab by Brodie Stevens in defence, but it was just the free kick.
It wasn't him that gave away the free kick. It was his teammate. I didn't see who that was.
Anything happening, Drew? What's happening, mate?
I was just seeing Brad Circuit and Bailey Scott having a bit of a giggle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but just saying, g'day, how you going? Looking forward to seeing not too many times over the next year or two. So ball will be thrown back in the centre here. The free kick was definitely there. I saw it. So Peter didn't need to get us underway. Margin now is 22 points in the way the Imps have played. 2 goals for the afternoon. It's going to be almighty difficult for him now. Here's Stevens. Brad, well wrapped up there by Donahue. Bailey Scott. Hand pass to a kick there on this occasion by his teammate. Good slips catch by Will McKay and finds Melville. So Melville's too far out to score, 65 metres out. He goes inboard to Campbell Scott. He's a chance for him from 52 out. Goes long, going to all right, the goal line there. Gone nearly marked there by Wisby. Wisby's over the top of the footy yet again here. There's a bit going on off the footy between Woods and Bailey Scott. We're going to get a ball up yet again here.
Think order around the grounds. Sit down, hold your hats. Birregurra 4-3-27, Lawn 1-3-9.
Chad Campbell Scott got on Josh Woods' back and
Huh?
Josh Woods' piggy back.
I don't kid, Pete.
Did a piggyback. Wisby had a flash air shot. I think he might have got a boot
He's
on.
claiming it.
I think it's a
Yes,
goal.
it is.
It's a goal.
Bang.
Out of nowhere, Flea Wisby just made something out of the extraordinary happen. Goal of the day contender.
A Westvic Sheds and Garages goal of the day.
Gee, there was 20 players around in a footy and Finn Wisby just put his right boot at it, clipped his boot and it's gone through somehow. 3-8 plays 6-6. We played 7 minutes in this KC Colac last quarter.
Is the pulse back, Pete?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I still think it's still a bridge too far. But that chaos ball, that's what they've been lacking all day. They've been too predictable, I think.
Feels like just looking at the scores around the grounds.
The
it
wind.
seems like the wind has been a real factor today. But also, it's round 1. Dusting off the cobwebs. You're not going to play it yet.
Oh,
At
circus.
the boat's best, are you?
Gee, take some punishment. Gee, that was a bit stiff, wasn't
He
it?
took on the whole Colac Imperials midfield then, Pete. He's not stiff at all.
I've got a soft spot for him.
That should have been. Yeah, umpires missed a 50 there too.
Melville sends the ball inside the forward 50 for the Imperials. No one can take the mark. Here's a looking now. Oh, good work there by Seb Hay again.
Oh, he's gone.
Garner.
He's gone.
He's
He's
going to be
gone.
pin holding the footy. Free kick to the Colac Imperials now. It is about 40 metres out from goal, so they're probably 2 kicks away.
Tough kick.
Yeah,
Tough
he's
kick.
not going to make. You would
And
not
it's
think.
Mick Foster.
Yeah, you wouldn't think he could make the distance from here,
What
but
about Tig, Pete?
no, Tig definitely wouldn't make the distance from
Take
here.
him 6 kids.
What happened with him with the Essendon Facebook page?
Oh, they said he had too many pictures of his grandkids in Geelong jumpers on his Facebook page, and they barred him.
Mick Foster directly in front, 40 metres out from goal. He's made the distance.
Gee,
But he's missed.
that was a fair roost from what we've seen for the rest
You
of the
said
day.
he wouldn't make the
I
distance,
didn't
Pete.
I? And he's got it through post tie.
Oh, but he
Between
missed
the
it to the
best
left.
Yeah, how wrong can you be?
3-9-27, 6-6-42, 15 points the margin. KFC Colac
Oh, good
last
mark.
corner. Good intercepted mark there by Brody Stevens.
Kick.
Goes inbound. Little momentum shift here for the Colac Imperials. Tannis plays on, puts it inside the forward 50, went over the head of Campbell Scott. And good work there by Hammond. Kicks it out of defence and he finds Menzies.
He's been good
on the
today,
chest.
Hammond, hasn't he?
He's been brilliant.
Him and Donahue and Circuit have been outstanding.
Liam Hammond goes in short, finds Mulgrew. In Mitchie Perkins, number 4. So he's going to work it out of that back half to send it into
kick.
his front half.
Oh, no.
no.
McKay couldn't take the mark. Here's a chance now.
Oh, Cox is absolutely fuming too.
So they work it out of defence beautifully.
Out in the full.
Oh, it's out of the full, though. Donald marked it over the line, says the umpire.
Oh,
Hang on.
they're going for the replay.
Review.
He's claiming the mark.
And the boundary umpire was about 20 metres away. Said, no, you marked it out of play.
What do you reckon, Drew?
No, it's
Get,
going to
Yeah, he's
South
turned
Colac.
it over.
Well
get
done.
John,
Well
get John
done.
Wilson to review it, Drew. What do you reckon?
Oh, mate. You make Ray Chamberlain look good, doesn't
South
it?
go inside the forward 50. Coxie takes the mark. Right on the arc in between the boundary and the forward 50. In his heyday, no doubt, he'd
Yeah.
go back and slot
He
this.
would, he would.
And you jump the fence and high-five the person that's in the car nearest to him. He does the Matthew Lloyd.
Yeah, throws the grass in
Throws
the
the
air.
grass up. He's having a crack. He's kicked 1 goal so far today, Benny Cox. This would be the ultimate player of the day. Goal of the day, all in one. He winds up. He has a roost. It's going. It's going. It's dropping
Good
short.
shot.
Good mark.
Good mark in the
Brody
defence.
Stevens.
Brody Stevens, a class over centre mark of the day.
What now?
He's taken a good couple of grabs.
Right.
Come on
Just to
back.
go back and
Got to kick
take it
over the man the
line.
mark, has he? I don't know. Oh, here we go.
Quickly plays on, and the Imps try and work it out of defence.
Bailey Scott's kick has been intercepted.
Mulgrew.
And it's Mel Group. He's going to have a shot for goal. It's a probably, you'd think, put the nail in the coffin. He had to do it, Bailey Scott. He had to get it out of the back defence somehow. So a shot for goal here for Mel Group. And this will no doubt put the icing on the cake,
Distance shouldn't be a problem here.
particularly with the wind. 45 metres out. Mel Group comes in, puts it on its way. That is
Straight through the middle.
absolute dime. And Liam Cunningham says, well done, mate. That was a lovely shot at goal. And South are going to win, kickstart the 2025 season. A bit more comfortable what they were 12 months ago down at Apollo Bay. They're 7-6-48, lead by 21 points. Cats 3-9-27, a little bit of momentum shift, but couldn't get reward. And just a few key moments that the Roos P just do a little bit, few of the fundamentals better than what at the
Yeah, they have. Over the day, they have controlled the game right from the start. They kicked against the Breeze in that first quarter and had the better of that first quarter, and it's continued on for the remainder of the day.
So back in the middle here, Garner wins the tap out. Scott trying to gather the football, trying to pump it forward. Good work there by Sweetener. Scott trying to gather the football again. Sorry, it was Mumberson, the other Mumberson.
Gee, he's like I said, for the majority of the day, his first game in senior football, and he's gone straight to probably the biggest the biggest player of the recruit.
Yeah, look, he's been given a big task, but he's stuck at it all day.
He has.
Throws it back into play or throws it back up. Stevens trying to calm to get the football there, but it's going to be another ball up.
56-49 in the Ogro Netball middle of the last quarter with the Cats in front.
12 minutes gone. KFC Colac last quarter here on Mix FM. 7-6-48, 3-9-27, 21 points the margin. Here's the circuit breaker. Hair pass over to Coxie. Has to juggle it. Somehow got the hair pass out back to the circuit. He can't get out of the Cunningham tackle, but he got the hair pass over top to Woods. Woods puts it inside the forward 50. Here comes O'Shaughnessy. He was almost going to be run down by Donahue. Good intercepted mark here. Chance here now for Hammond. Puts it inside the forward 50. Player loose. Mumberson couldn't take it. He's going to get the free kick.
Yeah.
He's going to get the free kick, and Bailey Mumberson will go back and should kick his second goal for the afternoon and put the full stop into South Colac winning this ball game.
He's probably a little bit bigger than he was last year, Bailey.
I reckon he has.
Yeah,
He's bulked up a
he's
bit.
bulked up a bit.
Very talented junior basketballer too,
Yeah.
young Noodles.
Can he slam dunk?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to ask him. I'll have to ask him one day.
Say yes.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
He's taken his time
He's got
lining
the-
this one up.
He's got the Glenn McGrath run up.
He
doesn't
has.
He's gone the Ben Brown runner.
He's running up from the netball court to kick to the road end. He comes in, he's going to kick it directly in front, and he does. Kicks it over the goal. Umpire's hat. And I reckon that's it.
That's
She's
the full
over.
stop. That's the full stop.
Bailey Mummerson kicks his second goal for the afternoon. South Colac go to 8-6-54 on the Gregor Gallen Farm Machinery scoreboard. Colac Imperials 3-9-27. And we've gone almost 14 minutes on the Richardson Real Estate time clock.
It's
here
an
on Mix FM.
old-fashioned teeth draw at Metricon. Gold Coast up by a point with a minute to go against Adelaide.
So, Drew, we need South Clyde to kick 2 points, don't we, mate?
Oh, yeah, we didn't think of that there,
8-8-56.
Brother. Yeah.
Simpson leading Apollo Bay by 1 point down into the bay, 5-6-36 to Farfar 35, thanks to Thinkwater around the grounds. Otway Districts lead by 15 points at three-quarter time against the Eagles.
That's a big result, that as well there too. Stevens has been good all day. Woods has had a good second half. His kick was smothered though. Circuit's been really good. Stevens, I liked his game this afternoon.
Good.
Go inside 50. That's a good kick.
I think his second half has been... Oh, here.
Schrader's played on, kicked over the top. Russell should mark directly in front, no less than about 2 metres out. She'll go back and kick his first goal. So the game has certainly opened up in this last quarter.
So Pete, Brody Stevens, this is the
Second
best
half
game.
has been, yeah.
Best game I've seen him play.
Yeah.
He got a good year last year when Russell kicks the goal against his former team. He's first for the afternoon. And
Player of the day contender, you reckon, Drew?
Yeah, we'll go with it. We'll go with it.
So he's going to be a big, an important player for Imperials this year. He hasn't got a lot of support in the ruck either, Brody Stevens. It's either him or nothing, pretty much.
4-9-33 to move on to the Cats. They trial South Colac 8-6-54 in the Agro netball. Winners today were Birregurra, Otway Districts and Simpson. While here it is Imperials 60 lead, South Colac 50 with a couple of minutes remaining there.
It's a big upset in the A grade
Huge
netball,
upset,
isn't it?
massive upset.
10-goal margin.
I didn't look. The Cats have been touted as a big improvement issue with Eliza Carl back at the club now after a couple of pretty impressive seasons with Carl with the premiership and a League BNF to boot as well.
Yep.
So 21 points the margin here. There is still time. We're at 15 minutes. They need 4 goals. I reckon we've got about 7 minutes to go. Circuit. He gets rammed on by Bailey Scott. The two coaches go head-to-head.
Yeah.
And Bailey wins himself a free kick.
The ringer Rosie.
Got the hand pass over top to his skipper and O'Shaughnessy. Puts it inside the 450 and it's been marked by Seb Hay.
Well, we had to do
Great work, Seb Hay.
Just bomb it to the square.
And he's going to go long to Joel Menzies. Went over his head. It's gone over the head of everyone. And it's rolled inside the 450. Good play here by Scott. He sends it out of defensive 50. Looking for Spokes. Just keeps it alive. Jezza Spokes. Hand pass over top to Cunningham. Assesses the options. Kick wasn't great. Good work there by Hammond. Gets out of traffic. Kicks the centre half forward. Intercepted. Here the Imperials with the football. Good tackle against McKay. Mulgrew gets it back to the other Mulgrew. The two Mulgrews work together. Hand pass over the top to Sweetener. Back to Mulgrew. Mulgrew puts it back inside the forward 50. Mumberson couldn't take the mark. Good work there by O'Shaughnessy. Class Iverson, a mark of the day in defence. He kicks short. Finds a teammate. They try and work it out of defence here, the Imperials.
Gold Coast have beaten Adelaide by a point over at Metricon. Well, people first stayed in there, so the Suns remain unbeaten. All reports a ripping game of footy up there. So Suns are 3-0. Believe it or not, their first home game for the year after Cyclone Alfred had other ideas in the opening round. Ball kicked towards half forward, and a free kick's been picked out, and it's going to go Liam Hammond's way.
He's been good, hasn't he?
He has.
And speaking of blokes have been good, here's Donahue. Really set the front row, and Toddy Boddenet's number today. He goes short. Stevens, back to Donahue, and he launches it long. Mumberson's got the box seat. Good punch away by O'Shaughnessy. Here's Memmis, capitalised on the loose ball, but he overran the footy. Coming through Whedon. Did he get one high? No, he did not. And umpire!
Holding the ball.
Oh, come off it. You haven't paid that all day. So, shot for goal coming up. I think it's young Brady Sweetenham. And it is Sweetenham directly in front.
This would be sweet, AJ. Sweeter than the desserts that you eat for dinner every night of the week.
Yes. And a free kick there to be taken by Brady Sweetenham. The Navacastrian has a shot for goal in his first game as a Kangaroo. Glides at home.
How sweet it is, Drew.
And they've come from all over Colac to get around him. I think we'll see a first of many in 2025 for that young man. And they're going to 9-8-62. Lead by 29 points. It's a game high, 9-8-62 to 4-9-33. Greg Allen Farm Machinery scoreboard, 9-6-60, I should say, 26 points is the lead, Pete.
Yeah, look, it's a comfortable lead, comfortable win for South. In the end, Imps be a little bit disappointed with the day. They haven't moved the ball.
They've had their chances.
They've had their chances, yeah, that's right. But they just haven't been able to find that ball movement. And South have really closed the game up, and their in and under players have really had a big influence on this game.
Birregurra 6-3-39, Lenny Lawn 2-5-17.
Wowza.
Quarter around the ground. So there you go. Premiership upset over the Premiership favourites. So Imperials go forward again. Bouncing ball is a chance now for Hammond. Geez, had a big last quarter.
Gee, when was the last time Lawn kicked 2 goals in a game in the seniors?
So
We'll have to go through the record books for that, Max.
Their last loss, was funny enough, was against the Western Eagles, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so it's the only loss of last year. Donahue just kicks blindly forward. Bailey Scott hunting for the football, got it over the top. Whedon got it over the top to Cunningham. Little chip past the centre half forward. Wasn't great to Stevens.
It was
Good work
fair
to Campbell
contest.
Scott. Back over the top now. Here's a chance for McKay. He puts it inside the forward 50 for the Imperials.
Good mark.
And an excellent mark by Zachy Day. Class Harvest Centre mark of the day.
Yeah, that's a contender, all right, but I don't think that was better than what the one on the second quarter.
Goes in short to Garner. Garner's got the football in the back 50 for the South Colac Footy Club. They lead 59-33. His kick wasn't great. Went straight to Wisby. Marked it on the chest. So Flynn has kicked 2 goals today. Goes in short. Stephen couldn't take it. Here's Jet Price. Picks up the football. Right foot pocket. Has a flying shot for goal. Garner. Here's a chance. There's a goal being kicked off the ground. Opportunist. Garner just couldn't take the mark. And it was George Melville who kicked the goal off the ground. Goal of the day contender for the Imperials.
I think it was Prezani that might have dropped that mark.
Yeah, but I think you're right there, Pete.
So they go to 5-9-39. The Imps 9-5-59. South Colac. We've gone 20 minutes in this KFC Colac last quarter.
Yeah, so Imps have fought it out against the Breeze. I think the Breeze might have even dropped away a little bit. Doesn't quite feel as strong as it did earlier in the day, but they've fought it out till the end.
So Gold Coast home by a point at People First Stadium, 91-90.
Hopefully Adelaide are a bit banged up from that game.
No, because you got them next week in that gather end, don't you? Yeah.
We do.
And Gold Coast take on the Kangaroos next week. I think it's in the Barossa Valley somewhere. Here's Stevens there out of the ruck. Definitely had a fantastic second half. Kick inside 50. Ball off hands Melgrew. Good tackle there by Schroeder. Did he take him on? No, according to the umpire. We'll get a ball up yet again here as well. So definitely a bit more freeing, flowing football in this final term. Ball thrown up. Garner been really good. Hammond likewise. He's been superb. Kicked that line. Stevens got what he should have taken. Gets around one. Well done, young fella. Gets around past there. Whedon. Whedon's kick was well summoned by Cox. He didn't know where the ball went.
Yeah, I think because the ball hit him in the face, I think.
And we'll get a Falcon.
The old Falcon, I think that was.
And McKean has a laugh with Campbell Scott with a handful of minutes to go.
Think what around the ground's tightening up, but Jelly Brand Otway 8-4-52, Western Eagles 7-7-49.
Good game of footy.
Ooh, a close one.
Interesting results coming up as well. Woods crunched. In fairness, though, here's Campbell Scott now. He can run around Lorico, which he does.
Well done.
He's away. Goes long to the hot spot. Not a great kick, but it works. And Schroeder's marked it 35 out. He's got Wisby inside, and he has absolutely shanked it. Chance, though. Good handball. Oh, well, Sol Candy there by McKay. High up and under kick. Russell's underneath it. Good contest there by McCarthy. Day's been solid down back like he has all done all day, but couldn't quite trap it. We'll get a boundary thrown yet again here as well. 22 gone. This last quarter's been entertaining enough.
Yeah, it's been free-flowing football compared to what the rest of the game's been like.
We've had 7 goals kicked in the last quarter. Hello. So boundary throw in, approaching the 22.5-minute mark on the Richardson's real estate time clock. It's the Kangaroos. We're going to get the first 4 points of the year as Garner tackles Stevens to the ground. That's been a Russell, in fact, that was. And we'll get another ball up yet again here. As the Suns try to break through. Garner in the ruck again, wins the tap down. Stephen played more permanent up forward this afternoon. Ball's been kicked out. They won't deliver it, and they're going to get it.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're going to get it too. I think there was probably there too because he just kicked it out in hope, really. So play on here to Campbell Scott. No one on the mark, so he can run to 55. Goes inside 50. Good pass. And Cass filled in the hole. Takes the mark directly in front.
I'm not sure it was meant for Cass, Drewy.
No, I don't think it was.
He normally kicks a goal in a radio game, doesn't he? I reckon last year
he had a
kicked 4 or 5 For the season, they're all radio games.
Comes in directly in front, Stephen Cassis to put the margin back to 15 points. Keers it low and steers it through. I think no. Just missed. Through for a behind. You can tell by his reaction. So 6-10-46 now. The Cats have certainly had plenty of looks in this last quarter. South Colac 9-6-60. 23.5 gone, final term.
And Day just sends it rooshka in the middle of the ground in game 100 for him as well. Senior game 100. McKay with the footy. Arnold, Cass got it over the top. Good chain of handballs here by the Imperials. Spokes, Cunningham, kicks down the line, finds Schroeder. So good build-up here by the Imperials. Schroeder now kicks to the left forward pocket. Stephen couldn't take the mark. It's going to be a free kick to Seb Hay, who's just been terrific in that back half today.
Just solid, isn't he? Just a solid competitor.
He switches and he finds a teammate in Circuit.
That should have been 50. He was over the half by 5 mates.
Almost just jumped on him, didn't he? Yeah. So Circuit goes inbound and finds Matt Gunn, who has as well been very good today.
Yeah, he and Stevens have had a fantastic duel all day, those two.
20-point margin, 60 plays 40. Garner sends it out a defensive 50 for South Colac. Here's a chance for Woods. His hand pass was smothered by Arnold. Sweetener's there as well. Chance here again. McKay with the footy. He's tackled. Woods is there as well. He got the hand pass free. Mumberson, Cooper that is, the young one. Even though they're both pretty young. And it'll be a ball up between centre wing and half forward. Favouring the Imps side of the ground. We've gone 20, almost 25 minutes in this last quarter.
It's been a long quarter.
Gardner wins the tap out and he gathers the football. Kick wasn't good though. And it'll be another ball up. I think everyone's going through the motions now.
Yeah, I think so. Gardner's down with cramp.
And there it is. There's the siren. South Colac, we're number one for 2025. 9-6-60 defeated the Colac Imperials. 5-10-40. It wasn't a pretty game of football, but 4 points is 4 points, as they say, Pete.
It is, yeah. Look, South put the margin early in that quarter that probably was beyond Imps, and maybe took the foot off the accelerator a little fraction in that late in that quarter, and Imperials probably played their best footy late in that game. They put a few passages of play together that they hadn't been able to do earlier in the game. So hopefully that's what we'll see from Imps going forward through the season. But they really struggled with their ball movement today. South Colac really closed that game in and made it tough in the contest, and the Imps outside runners really couldn't get free, and I think that's what Brad Circuit would have really liked at the start of the day. If you had said what he wanted to do, he would have said he wanted to shut down those Imps runners, and they certainly done that and done it really well today.
Yeah, Apollo Bay have just hit the front there down at the Bay, so that topsy-turvy game continues there with a handful of minutes to go. 6-5-41 to the Tigers, 5-6-36. But the big one is Birregurra, 6-5-41 to Lawn, 2-6-18. So a bit of a massive upset there as well. Otway clinging onto an 8-point lead over the Western Eagles. We'll hear it was a 20-point win to South Colac in Cataroo Cup 1 for 2025. Netball scores before we go to a break, and we'll have a look at our post-game show. Birregurra 58 defeated Lawn 44. Otway Districts 58 defeated the Western Eagles 50. Simpson 64 defeated Apollo Bay 33. And the big one, the Colac Imperials 62 caused a big upset over South Colac 52. And of course the Gold Coast Suns over the Crows by a point and a thriller at People First Stadium. We'll take a break here on CDFNL Live, back with plenty more here from Eliminate Recreation Reserve. Round one done and dusted. We got there eventually. Back with plenty more after this.
On Mix FM, this is CDFNL Live. Weekday mornings from 6, it's Mix Brekkie.
Way off topic, but back when I was at primary school, but I just thought of after school sports. We used to do a twilight sport, and it'd be once a year against every other school, primary school. Right. And that's sort of what it reminds me of.